for my heavy equipment controller, so I can put little labels on it. Those on layers, I can't find where the hell I put my label maker, so I won't be labelling them.
What are the slots for in that thing?
The slots at the back we don't know. I can't find anything about them on the internet. But there's a picture in the 3D printing channel. I did a little overlay that just slots onto it.
So those slots are over the buttons?
The slots are for what looks like a little backing plane. It may have been a second set of buttons. That may have been their plan. I don't know. How do I bring up the map? One of these buttons. Oh right, so I can just press left and right just to teleport between all the vehicles at once. That seems super easy.
On the steering wheel, yes.
Yeah.
Did you get the mod?
What mod?
The server has
The
a mod.
one that allows passengers?
Oh, I copied that mod across. Yes. Whether it works or not, I don't know, but it's copied.
Joiners need to do it also.
Aye.
Yeah, everybody has to have it.
Oh, is Max not joining us?
But it'll like tell you, and you can get it from the mod hub.
Right.
Password.
3 letters. Okay, so my heavy... Why is button 21 not doing anything?
Button 21 doesn't do something.
No, it's just not doing anything right now. I expected it to. So for a game that has sold, I do not know how many millions of copies, freezing it up when someone joins is just atrocious.
Yeah, it's always done that.
That's no excuse. So we've only got 2. We've got oh, there I go. Cool. Well, our field nearly did. The Rostals. Wait. Is this the combine harvest I used last time? I guess it must be. Oh dear, I forgot how bad these pedals were. So I also 3D printed a couple of little spaces so the pedals actually fit better. I printed them black because I'm an idiot. Oh no,
there is
it's shit.
No, on the pedal as well. I found them earlier. You take like sticky tape off, and it makes them grippy. They're like gooey underneath the plastic.
Yeah, for about a day it might be, and then it'll get covered in fluff. Now the pedals are awful. They're so light. They really are. But I made something to space it away from the from my desk rather than smashing the cable into it. But I lost them because I printed them in black, and it's quite dark down there. So they're somewhere in my room, I'm sure. I just can't find them. I try and print stuff in like the brightest colour I can. But I'm on a floor protector, so I've got Velcro spots on it for the Driving Force Pro pedals. But on this one, I've got the issue that it's hollow, so I can't put any Velcro on it. And it's just awful. It's just these pedals. Well, to be fair, the single on the pedal is about 40 quid. So I can't complain too much, because it does have a horn button. What more do you want in the game?
A air horn button.
What is amusing is I've been playing with state-of-the-art Rain March volumetrics all day long. This is quite what in the PlayStation 2 is this game.
That truck video that you posted looks the nuts.
Yeah, it's getting there. So we don't have much money. We do have a field of, I don't know what that's... Well, I suspect this will all appear in the next few minutes. I don't have anywhere to put it, though. Oh, no, well, we do have that trailer. So in a couple of minutes, hopefully someone can come along with me and we can do this...
We've got 2 vehicles up at field 6 and 12.
We've got a tractor, we've got a combine harvester, and we've got a Chevy. That's all we've got. We've got three vehicles.
Okay, so we need to get a trailer as well then, don't we, for the...
Oh no, maybe it's one of these buttons. Oh, it's not that one. What button brings up the little helpy overlay in the corner?
22.
22? What? Oh, yeah. I forgot they were down there. This thing has so many buttons, I love it. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And button 21 switches between tool and tractor. But yeah, I'm assuming this will appear. Oh, hold on, it's probably not. Maybe it hasn't stored the settings from last time. I put settings on. Let's have a look.
If you want the plants to grow, you need to do fast time and fast growth,
It's
or
the same.
120 speed and fast. And then turn them down once they've grown, otherwise they wither or...
Yeah, I'm 99% sure you're wrong on this, because timescale 120, because you said that would cause a day to tick every 3 minutes, and that means that we would run out of money. I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
Why would we run out of money?
Because the people service it. Also, real time...
The wages and stuff.
Real time is definitely not real time for plants growing, is it? Come back in 7 months. No. Hope's not.
No, it's not. The time scale, the plants, they'll grow in about, depending on the plant, usually it's about a day in game.
Yeah, but hold on. On fast it'll be a day, and on slow it'll be 7 days, and then we're 120 times that. But the difference between 120 and 5
No.
is...
In-game day.
Yeah, which is what the time scale modifies.
It has no... The plant growth has no correlation with real time.
No, not real time. It's the time scale. How long a day is in this game. So right now we're at 120 times speed. You can see the top right. It's coming up to 6 o'clock. But there's no way that can affect how quickly the plants grow, because...
No, because the plants grow... Well, it's based on the dates.
Yeah, no, but it can't be, because the default is 5 times, and we're at 120 times.
Right. Default is 5 times,
Yes,
but you've got the plant growth, which is slow, medium, and fast. So if you put it onto the fast speed,
Yes.
that will grow the plants in 3 days. But the 120 times will make 3 days go past in 5 minutes as opposed to an hour.
Yeah, that's my point. What we've got on is an incredible boost. 8-track, yes I do. It's great. It's really good. I got a little stick, and then I can do that on the little stick. It's great. I love it. I did need a button box anyway, and once you bought the button box, the steering wheel is cheap as chips. But yeah, when I was actually planting these, because you were all, no, don't do that, because you will lose... I can't do this in my head. I'm going to do it. Hold on, 120/5. Because what you were suggesting is that I was using up 24 times as much money for the maintenance of the vehicles.
You're going to use the maintenance up for the vehicle for the days. So if your vehicles cost you £500 a day
Right.
in maintenance...
I'm going to say it again very slowly. I do not believe that the timescale option makes the game 25 times more difficult to make money. I'm really sure that's not the case. That's what you're suggesting.
Go into the finances tab.
But what my point is, it can't be based on real game days, or that button would be a button just marked "make all my money disappear."
Well, it's a penalty for using the faster speed.
It seems
But
like an
you get
unlikely
more
game
back in the
balance thing.
prompts. Pardon?
It seems like a very unlikely game balance thing, without a massive great warning going, you probably don't want to do this. So is this stuff grown or just half grown then? And more importantly, if it is supposed to be a penalty, then all I'm going to do is switch it to 120 times, wait for the plants to grow, and switch it to 1 time, then do it back and forwards. I refuse to believe any game programmer is that poor.
If you switch to the map, on the right-hand side you've got a filters tab that shows you growth, soil condition, fruit type, and all the rest of it. And that'll tell you how far along. So some of that field, some of field 15, is in the last stages of growing. So,
No, it's not. It's second to last.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of in the middle as far as the growing stages.
Wow, so let me get this straight. It's green, 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 or green, and I'm supposed to look on the left. Okay, yeah, it's about 2. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
and then if you go to the finances tab, it tells you what you've cost per day.
But I hope you guys are understanding my point here. You're trying to tell me that slider makes the game 25 times more difficult. That slider makes
the
it
day just turned over.
harder, not easier. And I don't believe
At
it's
the
a linear
time it
scale and all
takes.
that. Yes, because the time it takes me to... I don't drive around 25 times quicker, do I? I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm saying, if you are right, that's fucking awful design.
So,
You're
for
assuming
example,
people would drive on the fields constantly. There are probably margins about that.
Yeah, but there's not...
Jay, let me point out in that finances tab, yesterday's wage payment costs was exactly -1. That's how much it was costing us that day.
yeah, that's not taken into consideration
What's-
vehicles. Where's the
There's no other negative tab there. We spent
so vehicle
14,000
running
on...
cost is set to 0? So you must have
Everything
that
else
turned
was
up.
controllable by us.
Yeah, I think you've turned the vehicle costs off.
Don't think so. I mean, they might be off, but I haven't changed it. I don't even see an option for that in the game settings. Traffic on, dirt on, economic difficulty, normal.
So, do we want to take out a contract?
Oh, hold on, we're not nearly done on this? I mean, I could do a contract, but that's fine. And then I just need someone to help me do this one. What was the contracts button? It was one of these. Contracts. What do we want then? Should we do a reasonable... How about bailing? Oh, no, we want a two-man contract, don't we? Because then two of you can do that, and two of us can do this.
The harvesting ones are always big money.
Well, no, this one's 1,400. This one's 546. Just be
I
quiet.
mean, that once you complete that amount, anything extra is money in the pocket.
Yeah, but I was assuming the two-man ones were more. Ah, here we go. This one, Field 13. How does that sound? Is that a bad one? Good one? Is that fun?
How big is that?
I don't know. I'm asking you. You're the experts. There's also one in Field 5.
Right,
That's-
field 15 is one of the large fields on here. That's probably for two people around about.
What about
2
Field
hours.
5?
It's only 6. It's okay. It's reasonable.
Allow
It's
me
about
to
half the size of field 8.
let me say this again.
And that's a good harvester to use too. That'll go fast.
Allow me to go say this slowly. You can have Field 13 for 10,000 or Field 5 for 54,000. Pick one. I can't go to the map easily. so
Oh
I
dear
don't-
God!
What?
Field 5 is sugar beets. That's
Yes.
going to take
Where
forever.
is that at?
Okay, well,
That's why that's 50,000.
there we go. I'm just going to set that one. There you go. You've got Field 13. So two of you go and do that, and then one of you join me in a moment.
Did you hire the vehicles with that?
I clicked borrow.
Good.
Then hopefully once we've done this, that should be enough money to... Wow, there's no subtlety in this game. There's no high-end visuals. All the crops just changed. Now, can I tell if these are correct? Oh. Wait, why have these gone yellow? Does that mean I haven't done it in time?
No.
Well, what does it mean then?
The
In
flowering?
Well, yellow's not one of these colours. Oh, ready to harvest. Is it? Why is ready to
So-
harvest in 3 colours?
right, so ready to harvest is in 3 colours because of the withering effect that comes on. So in the first stage of the harvesting,
Which is off, so it doesn't matter.
just ready to harvest. So the longer you leave it, the closer it is to withering.
Right, but
return
pretend it
withering
off.
so it doesn't matter.
So this is to jump to the last
Great
stage.
demand at ranch. What?
So 8-track, I am, but this is with mods on, but I've only got one mod on currently. Oh, mostly I've only played this for a little bit, so I've got all the gear, but none of the game. Now, unfortunately, it's not so I can do lots of things on my control box, but it doesn't have what the shortcut keys are. Oh,
There's a way of switching over to it. I did it earlier.
oh, if there was, that would be nice.
There was a thing. I pushed a button earlier,
Great.
and it came up with all the numbers for the bloody controller.
So, well, if you tell me what that is, that'd be wonderful. Also, if somebody could pick up the truck and that trailer and start filling it full of canola, that'd be cool.
Anybody
It
else
just
see that
won't make
notice
this-
that there's a heavy demand at the ranch?
For what?
I don't know.
Okay. So if I
I
just
just
drive
got a
over some...
notice at the top right.
If I drove over something growing, is it going to ignore it? Yes, so it just ignores it. Easy.
Yeah.
Who is going to be my my wheelman then?
At the moment, you don't really need a wheelman.
Well, I will do 11%.
You should be able to do several passes.
Yeah, but I will do soon.
Jay's the one that's over there with the
Okay, that's fine.
tractor.
That's fine. No, oh, tractor. I forgot
Yeah.
about tractor.
Yeah, what I was going to do was go and help Esme with the other one, and then.
Well, no, because that's 2-man,
Yeah.
and she's got Shauka.
I'm helping Shalka.
Right. Okay, I didn't realise
Yeah.
there was another one in game.
Yeah. I thought Max would be joining us, and who? I thought loads of people had this. But the idea is to get another harvester to make this because one harvester.
Rob has it. He's got
That's
the full-on premium pack.
Because another harvester could be easily serviced by one tractor and
Oh,
trailer.
yeah.
Like 2 harvesters can easily service one tractor trailer. Ah, there we go. I've got the whole field now.
I just watched Field 12 ripen.
It just goes. It's not subtle, is it? You think they would, given that this game is about 2 things, they've only really spent time on one, and it's not the world.
Oh, Shalka, you need to fold that harvester head.
Well, 8-Track, I do like this game. I don't like it as much as SnowRunner, but I feel that this game has some things that SnowRunner could do with, and I feel SnowRunner has some things that this game could do with. So I have been toying with the idea. So I'm looking for projects to fill in the gap between Eden and Fortress Craft Phoenix. And one of the things I'm toying with is a somewhere between SnowRunner and Farm Simulator in space. So I've been.
Can I scroll down the health key somehow?
The help keys. I press button 21 and it goes between. They should all fit on the screen, but you've got to switch between header, tool, and tractor.
I don't know what they are for keyboard.
I don't either. But yeah, if you
I
find
think is it F1? Yeah, it's F1 to bring out that. And then if you switch back to the harvester object, it'll show it above the keyboard hints, the controls hints. They'll show you what you're controlling.
great demand. Okay, Jay, I'm going to do a hard left in a second, so if you want to get out the way so I don't slam into you, and I will meet you on the next...
You're going to need to unfold the harvester.
Oh, am I not? I've got the tool out.
No, Shalka
okay.
needs to.
Okay. Okay, why can't
So
I...
you need a switch tool that you're controlling until it shows the vehicle is lit up on that hints thing at the top of your screen, top left.
Yeah, I have 2,
2 pipes?
but none of them are what I need.
But I really like this mechanic of 2 players having to sort of... Has any computer game ever allowed you to do in-air refueling with one person controlling the fueler? Don't know of one, but it's that sort of thing. Like trying to keep 2 vehicles in sync.
If someone stayed in a straight line, it'd help.
I'm going a straight line. Well, I can't, not now, because this is the corner. See, I'm going to be in straight line for ages.
So let me look it up for you, Shalka.
Sorry, you're emptying it quicker than it's filling, though. I'm glad we've got, whatchamacallit damage off. Crop damage. You haven't caught up in the whole road.
Oh my god, I just need to know what the key is for switching tool.
I don't know.
That should be G, but I only
Oh,
have
that
2
sounds
tools.
right.
Come on, Jay, a little closer.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Little
avoid you
closer.
changing direction on me.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I mean, I'm just following the edge of the field. I mean, I won't change direction till the end.
G's not working for me.
If I go straight, I'll just be missing crops.
What have you got your cruise
Oh, no, that is button 21. Okay.
Oh, I'm 6, but I've got 13, but I only do 6. But you're not close enough. You need to be like half as way. So I'm coming up to another turn now. Dun 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 dun.
So what would it be? Would it be X or B
There we go.
or Y? But you have to make sure that the harvester, not the header, is selected.
So we're doing fine.
Oh, it works that way.
Whereas Schalke and Esme are mostly working out controls.
You're mostly working out the
So you're still working on the header.
Okay, I'm going to do a U-turn around to the right this time, because I like doing this, because I don't take my foot off the accelerator.
That's a new
There you
function.
go. Now it's unfolding. Good job. Should be ready to turn on, except you have to switch back to the header.
Would you like me just to park for you,
There
Jay?
you go.
If you can't do the
There you
docking
go.
maneuver. So I had to go slightly left, because I'll just be driving along with no, not cropping anything. But as far as I know, this is a unique mechanic. I can't think of another game that requires 2 players to keep vehicles more or less in sync. And the only thing I could think of would be a game with in-flight refueling, and I just can't think of any that ever did that.
Probably DCS. I don't know.
Isn't that? But that's a military. I mean, that's a military thing, though. I thought DCS was just.
Yeah.
I guess it's really model, isn't it? Come on, Jay. Closer. Yes. Go on. You need to get another like truckload ahead of me.
That's why I
Like-
really wish that they would have gone for the multiplayer for VTOL VR, because that game,
Oh.
mid-air refueling is a big thing.
Oh, did I got multiplayer? I didn't realise. I still haven't played it.
They've been talking about playing with toying with it, but
Foxhole. I have not even heard of Foxhole. But yeah, I mean, we've just found with a lot of games that very often we have far more people trying to play the game than we have. And I know we have quite a large community of playing stuff, but it annoys me when games like SnowRunner, we've had 9 people try to play SnowRunner before, which is a 4-player game. So when we do SnowRunner, it's literally first come, first served.
I held off yesterday for that reason.
Oh, it went all right. But I didn't realise there was another map coming where we've got to set up a nuclear silo and rockets and stuff.
Oh, that's right. No, it's not nuclear rocket. They're
It's
setting up.
not nuclear rocket.
It's like their own like SpaceX port or something like that.
Space R. Oh, that reminds me.
Space R. Oh my god.
I've still got the video up. Oh, are we launching? Sorry, I'm just checking my.
No, it got scrubbed.
Okay.
It was about 45 minutes in, and then it got scrubbed.
I've just had it up there. I've not heard of that game. 8-Track might be interesting. The thing is, with a lot of games, I mean, a few people have linked games. We should try these. And honestly, to my mind, to a great degree, this is about the lowest I'm prepared to go in terms of visual fidelity. Like, because that game that you linked, Jay, what was that? The one that just, it's kind of like Minecraft. It just looks so awful. It looks like it was done in Roblox.
Yeah.
No, the one that looks like it was done in Roblox. Forgot the name of it.
You know, I do have to admit, there is a premium map for this game that looks fucking gorgeous. They put in so much more effort into that.
I wonder if that was paid for by somebody else. Because I noticed this with Beat Saber. Beat Saber wasn't that good in a lot of ways. And then the maps came out. Oh, show over, Jay. The maps came out that Sony paid for, and they were so much better. And I was like, this wasn't done by the same team, was it? This was done by an external team.
I see what you're doing. You're doing a wibbly wobbly line on that one.
No, I had to do wibbly wobbly line because there wasn't any other reason to cut. Yeah, I mean, don't look at me. Look at the. I'm following the edge of the field perfectly. I might point out perfectly, no mistakes at all. But yeah, you need to be further ahead. You're sort of at the bare minimum distance.
Let me see if I can scroll that.
Ah, I missed 2. Really? How would you speed run? What, just to pick up, just to find all the relics, Pedro? Well, to be fair, 8-track, I mean, Roblox, you know, it is what you make of it. Gondre, you need to go another trailer load forwards. That's it. Yes. Take my blackness.
Yeah, I'm just getting used to the steering wheel. You still got
I know.
a quarter of a turn of dead space on it, and I can't.
Oh. Yes, you can.
Oh.
Well, hold on. If you just stop. Let me stop too. Like saving content. So under... Oh, you have to go back to the main menu to do it. So you go back... Yeah, I know. You can't twiddle stuff. So you have, if you go back out to the main menu, you can turn the dead zone off. Because I had the same thing. Because it's like quarter of a turn.
It's doing my fucking head.
Yeah, that'd be why. That would expect... Because you're like nothing, swerve.
Yeah.
I had my simulated force feedback turned off for some reason. I had to go out and plug it back in.
What about sim and
where would this
8-track?
be? Options.
Controllers? There is definitely a dead zone option for the steering wheel.
Yeah, it's set to 30%.
Well, 0.
Oh my god, I hate that. I hate how the dead zone on this game is just... It's defaulted for everything. Like, what the fuck?
Hold on. Alexa.
Like, especially with the steering wheel, it's so bad.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
come on.
I think that's a 60-degree dead zone. If my maths might be off.
Look at the help section in your Alexa app.
But that 60 degrees is an awful lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone must have some seriously broken hardware if they need that.
No, if you're on a gamepad, that's fine. But they haven't set up
Yeah.
different ones for different hardware. Too old, but still the best. 1991 was it? I thought it was later than that.
So that's given me axis 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6 axes in total. Is
There's
that what
12 axes in total.
I would definitely set all of those dead zones down.
I haven't had
If
to.
you are unsure of what dead zone it is controlling, then leave it at like maybe 0 to 5%.
No, because I turned all the dead zones down, and then the brake pedals were on all the time, or I couldn't make them work. One of the two.
I've just put a thing
Like I
on
said, 5% if you're unsure.
there. I've set them all to 0 and
I've set axis 1 to 0.
Yeah. I mean, I've mentioned this on stream last night. My brake pedal on my DFP, it's about... I've got to take it down to about 10% saturation. Otherwise, because at the first 10 or 12%, it just jiggles into that sort of much.
I've worked out what it is. It is giving them to me as 2 different devices. I've just pushed switch device and it's now giving me another bunch of things.
Yeah, so the app one's got 5 axes, I think, on the DFP. On the
it would be
heavy equipment pack, HCP.
One's the control panel, and the other one's the steering wheel. That's right.
Yeah, but the steering wheel has got 1 axis for steering, 2 axes for the left stick, 2 axes for the right stick, 1 for the pedal, 1 for the brake. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 axes.
And of course, it didn't tell you what any of them are.
Now, which, considering this piece of hardware was written for this game, you'd think they would at least go, if name equals, whatever it's called, Logitech Farming Sim steering wheel, then set up decent defaults. Like, I don't expect
Makes me wonder if the Windows controller thing lets you see what each one is.
Yeah, well, you can look at Windows. It's just a bog standard one, absolutely. But what I understand. So at Codemasters, they had a big room full of hardware just to test this all, and I understand that indie devs do not have access to this. But there's about, let's be honest, how many steering wheels on the market? There's the Logitech G29. I think it's a cheap Logitech. Then there's the Thrustmaster expensive one and the Thrustmaster cheap one. And then there's this. There's about 4. You only got to do it with 4 wheels. You know, you're spending $1,000 tops to do that. Hotas's, again, there's only really 4 on the market? You know, there's a couple of low-end ones, a medium one and a fairly high end one, but no one expects you to put in support for like like a £700 or £800 HOTAS. That's when you get into the realms of I don't expect it to be supported. But when your game is fundamentally a driving game,
Oh God, that's nice.
yes, it's much better, isn't it? Oh, I'm just holding the knob, so
You carry on holding your knob.
You're holding your knob?
I'm holding my knob, not holding your knob.
I took mine off because I kept hitting my wrist on it. And it was
Yeah.
amazing.
I wouldn't try and do it in Wreckfest. But the steering wheel's fine in Wreckfest. I mean, I'm running on a 900-degree wheel in 900-degree modes, but you will be sitting there fighting the wheel with quite some... And I won't put any bones about it. Having the wheel with force feedback on in Wreckfest is hard mode. I've done it on keyboard for a bit, and it's like, oh my god, it's so easy. Much less fun, but much easier.
Oh, yeah. When I do the single player, I strictly keep to keyboard on that game.
Yeah, when I'm unlocking stuff, I'm
doing it to win.
Yes.
And there's no real concept of playing fair in single player.
So nice having some control.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Like just touching the steering wheel now, it's moving so much. That's going to take some getting used to.
Yeah.
It was driving me insane at first, and I was like, wait a second, this feels like Dead Zone. And then I wobbled the wheel around, it's like, that did not fucking Dead Zone, isn't it?
But yeah, I'm very, very surprised they didn't at least set up the wheels and stuff properly. Oh, I should put my hazards on. So on this little box, yeah, check this out. I can indicate left. So yeah, Jay, the bottom 3 yellow lights, 3 later buttons are indicate left, indicate right, and hazards. And then the top 3 are lights. So side beam, main beam, fore beam. So the yellow ones are all lights. But
That's nice.
I did print out an overlay for it. I just need to find my label printer. I
think I'm going to put some of my nice heavy-duty indestructible labels on there.
Well, no, because if you label it for this game, you're not labeling. You're labeling it just for this game.
That's true.
But yeah, I 3D printed an overlay for it, which you can then put the labels on.
Would you like to print and send
That
it?
requires me to actually drag my 3D printer out of storage.
How big's your bed? I'm not sure it'll fit. I had to use my larger printer. It's quite big.
I've got a large printer. It's definitely large enough for this thing. It's based off the Replicator 2.
Yeah, they're only, what are they, 240 bed size? They're not that big. It probably is okay. Remember, I have a round bed, so it depends on the shape of the thing. I can't print square things. I can print relatively small square things and really big round things. Well, I'm going to do I'm going to do a loop round to the right to get this bit at the end that I've missed. But yeah, I would say this is a good game, not a brilliant game, not an outstanding game, that is massively elevated by this control box. It's like a lot of racing games. It feels so much better when you're doing a racing game with a steering wheel. Even if your lap times go down, even if you're nowhere near as good, it feels better. Same with SnowRunner. It's just so good having that wheel there.
So I've got this thing with my screen. Every so often, when I turn my steering, my view goes all the way up as though I'm looking down on the map.
Well, do you remember when we said to you, don't fiddle with the dead zone unless you know what you're doing? You've probably changed your right analog stick's dead zone.
My printer can do 28 centimeters by 15 centimeters.
And we've got that start and stop thing on, haven't we?
Yeah. 2 secs. No, me. Oh, bugger. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I've got a calipers here, but they only get up to about 150.
Or 11 inches by 6 inches.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not from the colonial past. Well, technically I am, but like we went.
I know some machinists think in inches.
Yeah, but we went into metric on my birthday actually, but 3 years before I was born. So I don't think there's any point to it. But the limit on the train size in this game is 32. Which is impressive, and I am curious about what physics solution they've used. Because this is Unreal, I think, isn't it?
I have no idea. I haven't looked at the file structure.
Yeah, that's what I do. I've looked at the file structure. Aha, Unreal, Unity, Custom.
Yep.
Or occasionally, CryEngine, and you just scratch your head going, why? How full are you, Jay?
50%.
Oh, blimey.
There's a boat in the horizon. It slowly moves.
Well, it must be Unreal then.
Yeah, but this game is designed for long time scales.
So one of the things I was thinking of doing about my clone is not doing it like any other game I think I know of. What I wanted to do was say, right, we're going to look after our base, for 2 hours. You decide in advance how long you want to play for, and then you do your best within that time frame. I don't know of a game that's done that. Where you say, look, for us, we would start at 9, I'd set it up for a 3-hour session, so we would play it for 3 hours. Which I think would work quite well. So then kind of like a roguelike, where the time limit is time rather than dying. Don't know of a game that's done that before.
To be honest with you, for what we're trying to do here, the field is probably a bit too short. Ideally, we should be doing like 2 rows around the outside in a circuit, and then straight up and down on the crops.
Yes,
So,
you
for
want
real.
you want to carve yourself some turnaround space and then just go up and down.
Yeah, we're just going round in a circle here.
But
And
the circle gets smaller. What, so you mean I should loop round to the other side now rather than this side?
if you want to swap, I can show you what I mean.
You could use your words.
So, for example, hang on, watch what I do. So you're going all the way up.
I just watched the devs play it, and I was just like, oh, that's what the optimal path is, huh? Because they've got that stream that plays back on YouTube or on Steam.
Yeah, I really wish they'd forbid that. That's supposed to be for live streams only. So what people do is they just leave a computer running the live stream all the time.
So without the trailer on it, it'd be a lot bloody easier. But you
To
literally
be
go up
honest,
to the top, do a 3-point
game-
turn and round.
In a game like this, having that stream open or available to access, that's been really nice to be able to see, okay, this is how this is done. This is what this is intended for. Got it.
But why not just put
Yeah.
that... You're supposed to upload that to the trailer section. Why not just...
True, they should have. But, I mean, to be honest, the loop is 12 hours.
Yeah, so you can upload a 12-hour trailer.
I hit 70 hours in game, I think, this afternoon.
So, Jay, on your joystick, you have a button. And is it got a red or a blue button on it?
Blue button.
Right, press it, and it will go red. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's your camera. Right hand stays on that stick, left hand stays on the steering wheel. Glorious, isn't it?
Wow.
My playtime with this game just got skewed up this last week because I
That
didn't
makes
realize I minimized the game while I had it paused. And yeah, now I've got like 2 days where I didn't actually play it. I was just on the pause menu.
Oops.
Yeah, what surprised me, I say, I cannot recommend SnowRunner enough. I'm now at 5.5 days played. And still 40% of the way through. That's 5.5 days played in
I can't wait to
four-player
add it to
multiplayer.
Steam.
I'm not buying it again just for...
I am.
and start again on my progression.
I don't care. I want to be able to, every time I reformat my computer, not have to worry about re-downloading it.
Yeah, I wonder if Epic's actually... I assume they're looking at that, and I don't mind them shipping the Epic Store without things like that. I do mind it not being there a year later. But yeah, I can try that next time. So basically just do it in
in
Hot.
lines,
Yeah.
in stripes.
Stripes.
And then that gives me a chance to catch up to you after getting out of your way.
Yep. Well, I'm at 23% now, so you just let me do this last bit.
So if you look how I'm sort of getting out of your way, by the time I've caught up, we've only got a little strip. You're already turning round again by the time I get under there.
8-track, are you joking? Sorry, when you said it required quite a powerful PC, are you serious? Mudrunner, powerful PC. Really? Do not harvest during hail or rain.
Why?
Because it says...
What?
Because it's wet.
Stopped working.
Well, yeah, but you've got that turned off. You've got the crop damage turned off, haven't you?
I don't know.
Unless you put it back on again.
I'm just going to drive over and see what happens.
It'll probably turn to mush and...
No, you're not allowed to harvest it.
Yeah, because you've got it turned on for crop destruction and
Yeah.
damage.
That's fine. I mean, 8-track, it requires you to run the minimum spec of PC, but the minimum spec's pathetic. I mean, it is a hugely CPU-intensive game by its very nature. Let me just check this out, but I'm pretty sure the minimum specs on it are hilarious. No, I mean, it's fundamentally a intensive game. Minimum spec... Okay, well, that's bollocks. Minimum spec, wait for it, Pentium dual core. Don't think that's what you meant, is it? Recommended Core 2 Duo. The hell's a... When's that from?
Probably about 15 years ago.
Yeah, if you're running it on that, I can imagine it's running like crap. Like, that's E2 120. To be fair, I saw one review of the game, and it was like, on minimum spec, this game is barely playable. It runs really badly. I'm like, yes, that's what minimum spec means. You get some photograph. I'm like, yeah, minimum spec is minimum spec.
That means it'll launch, but good luck enjoying it.
Yes, well, it'll run, and you can complete it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could run Mudrunner at like 800 FPS. SnowRunner, I do struggle to hit 75 in SnowRunner, but I run at 1440p, and the volumetrics in that game are glorious. This is an awesome mechanic. I love this mechanic, by the way, where it just says stop playing the game for a bit.
There is a mod that lets you, if you've got the destruction turned off and whatnot.
That's not the point. I know you can change it by mods. My point is the devs decided this was a good idea. A whole section of the game where you're not allowed to play it.
You can move stuff. If you are harvesting during sun, then you can do the logistics during rain.
I know there's a way to tell what the forecast is. I just can't remember what it is.
It's in...
Clouds are nice, that.
Although,
It's
to
in
be
the-
fair, with this time scale setting, it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, you say that, but if I've already got to sit for 2 minutes, if I had to sit here for, what was it, 20 times? 40 minutes. Yeah, I don't believe you, A-Track, I'm sorry. Maybe for people who don't know what they're doing, but this game came out in 2017, it's a whole 4 years old.
What's that?
Mudrunner. If you run Mudrunner on a new PC in 2017, you've got plenty high frame rate. Remember, I am a game developer. I continually see people going, "Oh, your game should run better. What have you got?" And then they list one guy. I don't remember the exact card, but I looked it up and it was a passively cooled card. I was like,
That was me.
No. Like a proper passively cooled, low-end, 15 quid video card. I'm like, well, of course it doesn't run.
That was one that you set as the minimum spec, wasn't it? The HD 5650 that I had that was passive cooled. It was something like 12 quid on eBay.
Yeah, but that might... Don't
Okay.
forget, what was minimum spec when I shipped the game does not stick as minimum spec. No, 5650
No.
it's not that one. 5650 is a mobile chip, laptop chip.
So the weather forecast, the two symbols at the top right of the screen, that's showing what the left one is the current weather. The right one is what it will be in 6 hours in game.
Okay. But yeah, my point was, this guy was claiming he had a gaming rig, and I'm like, that is the cheapest, nastiest video card, and it's old. Yeah, but I mean, Mod Runner, I don't see. Mod Runner is a CPU-intensive game, but my point is that people will lie to you about their machine spec. You go, oh, I'm on a high-end gaming rig, mate. I'm like, have you got the specs? Well, it was my brother's, and he gave it to me when he got a new one. Oh, right. So it was a high-end gaming rig 10 years ago. Brilliant.
10 years ago, if you're lucky.
Yeah. Oh, I made it stop. I made it stop raining by turning off the harvester. Again, spin tires. I sincerely doubt. Again, what they're doing in spin tires is quite CPU intensive. But if you're a streamer, so I'm streaming, right? I have a hardware capture card, so 0 CPU time gone into that. We're done, Jay. Go on, bug off and sell it. And I have a hardware
The
encoder.
map does say we need to plow that field, by the way.
Yes, well.
Have I got permission to sell shit?
Oh, yeah. I don't think you have. Yeah, so if you are a streamer and you don't know what you're doing, and I'll be quite frank, most of them don't, then you can easily end up in a situation where you... yes, you're all farm managers. Where you're trying to run a game that requires a lot of rig, and you are streaming and encoding and uploading and capturing at the same time. So when I capture video on this computer, I mean, my frame rate will go from 200 to 60 easily, no problems. So that's why I have a separate capture setup. So yeah, I don't doubt that some people had problems, but they were probably idiots. I can't tow the plower on our pickup, can I?
No.
I mean, I'm going
Hasn't got a peak yet.
I mean, I'm going to try, but that's not the point.
Oh, that's a cultivator.
Mm-hmm. I'm still going to try.
Wait, do you have the setting on that plowing is needed after every 3 harvests?
No, this is a plower and seeder all in one. This one does everything we need to do in one go.
I'll bet it's not.
Well, it is because I used it last time.
It is because we went through it last time to make sure that we got that one.
You bought
So-
it as me.
Had to do that crap. We sold ourselves short on money and had to wait for Shulker to finish his contract.
Yeah, I don't think I can attach my car to it though.
No, I can attach the car to the trailer, but there's no way it's going to pull this thing.
Well, you can attach the car to the trailer. No, I can't.
The trailer that I'm towing.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, turn the engine off. It's one of these buttons.
Interesting.
So, Jay, what button was it to change the buttons?
Which buttons?
I don't want to see the steering wheel buttons. I want to see the control panel buttons.
I literally just hit a button on whatever controller I was using, and it changed it.
No, I'm afraid that is not the case for me.
Sometimes I just wiggle the movement, the camera movement thing,
No.
joystick.
Like if I grab the mouse and do it, it switches to mouse controls. I wiggle the steering wheel button, nothing happens.
Oh, it's changed to the side tick. I think the 21. Press and hold 21.
No. So it's telling me right trigger toggle light, but button 25 is cruise control. And I'm holding it as... Oh wait, hold 21 now. That's
25 is pushing down that wheel.
yeah. My point is, it's listing button 25 as there is no cord for it on the steering wheel.
Oh,
So it says-
if you wanted to show that panel, I would just move around the camera thing.
What? Move.
Well, now it's not working for me. What the hell?
No, so what I want to do is I want to show the non-corded buttons. For example, it's saying right trigger +2 for horn. Or
I
I
just
press
pressed the red button on the top of the thing, and it changed to the side tick.
No, not for me, I'm afraid.
No, it's changing regardless of what I do. If I move the mouse, it changes a bit.
Yeah, if I move the mouse, it switches to keyboard controls. Then if I hit the red button, well, nothing happens on this particular vehicle. Let me just switch to... yeah, nothing. I don't remember how to zoom the camera in and out. Oh, I'll use the wheel mouse, of course.
Camera in and out is the up and down arrow on the D-pad.
Ah. Yeah, see, now it's switched to the steering wheel again, which is silly. Because now, if I press the little button to make it blue, I actually get to control the Hoojma flip, which is awesome. Because the guy's wiggling his stick exactly like I am. Yeah, I wonder if... I don't think there's no options to make it display the SciTech ones, because once you're in game, there's not much you can do. For instance, interact is button 1 or button 28, and it's shown me button 1, not button 28. Button 28? There aren't 28 buttons on there. Brilliant.
28 is the scroll wheel down.
And that's 27. Oh, no, and again, click is 25. Yeah, there is no 28, and it goes up as high as 27. Good job, game.
Hi.
It's also saying...
Even the hard design for the game's fucked.
It's also saying that button 25 is honk. So that's... Wait, so what's button 25?
I'm empty. That money should now have gone in. Yep, we've gone up to 49,000.
Wow. That's quite a lot of effort for not a lot of money.
Well, to be fair, that crop is there.
Well, that's the best crop we had.
That's true, but if we was doing the straw and that, we could probably get a third of that as well on top.
How do we do the straw and that?
That's a lot more effort.
It's a lot more effort, but it is worth it.
Right, but it doesn't really answer my question.
It requires us to invest in hardware that honestly we just can't afford right now.
Well, we can't afford any. I mean, the next step I would like to... I mean, what... say a harvester is like 130,000, isn't it? No, we could do with another tractor, because I could have had this ploughed by now if we had another tractor.
That is true. The only thing is I would go for a medium tractor, not a small one.
Why? How much? How much extra is that?
I don't know, but that's probably what that plough's going to require. That seeder.
Well, what are you driving? Is that a medium or a small tractor?
I think this is a medium, so we could quite possibly put that on there.
No, that's the top. That's the best small tractor you can get.
Right, that's why it struggled up the hill then, but it would work.
Wow, those shadow animation. Ooh.
Oh, come on, dude, go for... Can you turn traffic off? It's a pain in the arse.
You could just try not ramming it.
No,
Request
it
is
means I have
Sunday.
to stop every 5 minutes for a freaking car.
Did you try putting your hazards on?
No?
I should be able to see you by now. Oh, I can see Shauka. Hey, Shauka.
I'm at the train. I'm waiting for the
Oh,
bloody crossing to go up.
Train's just gone. You're fine.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what setting you have it on, the train's always going to be a pest.
So you said something about we should deliver our grain to the train. Or something.
Well, you
what?
could store stuff there.
I thought something automatically goes by train somewhere else.
If you've got a silo on your farm, or on a farm near a railway track, it will automatically put it in the train and dispatch it to a point of sale.
Aha.
That's-
Okay.
There's supposed to be a mechanic where you're waiting for the demand to spike and then unleash it from your silo.
Don't know. Jay, if you let me get in the tractor and then go and tell me, then go to the shop and talk to me about tractors. And I remember how to.
I can go to the shop from the field.
Oh, I think I think I may have been trying to hook the trailer up at the wrong side. Yep. That might explain it. Oh wow, this tractor's so quick.
When it hasn't got a trailer on it.
No, I've been driving a common harvester around for the past.
So that's
Depends on the trailer that you're towing.
That's the Voltra.
Yeah.
But how much is it?
The very end one.
But how much is it? My question, because if we had another one, I could have been done by now.
Right. Another one of those is 121,000.
Ow.
Yeah. I believe there is a way you can take a loan out.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you can take a loan out anytime. It does tick over at midnight every day. They take 5%.
That could bankrupt us.
well, only if we go AFK.
The other thing that we could...
Or if we just leave
How
it on a
much?
high time scale.
How much is this truck worth that I'm sitting in?
But that's how we get around. Plus, that's good for delivery missions, surely.
I'd rather have a tractor and a trailer
But-
than a flatbed.
If you're taking out a bank loan, definitely turn the time scale way the fuck down.
So we'll get 20,000 for the truck in its current condition, not worth selling.
Well, if we were 20,000 short, I would concur, but we ain't. Yes.
You do realise you've missed like a whole strip alongside of that field.
Yeah, but it's alright, I'll go back. Yeah, by the time I was done last time, it actually started to... Also, these are big words coming from a man who hasn't actually tried to drive around the edges of something on his steering wheel yet. This isn't a pad.
I have.
Spin, 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 spin. Yeah, by the time I'd done this last time, like, it was beginning to sprout plants before I had finished ploughing. So I reckon if we had one more vehicle and 3 people, we could actually poop sock this farm, as it were.
You're right. Trying to stay along the edge is an absolute arseache.
I guess
I'm surprised that this fucking truck that they gave us can hold the entire harvest. Like, what the shit?
I suspect that it's random. They just pick a random vehicle and a random set.
Well, this is like the top end trailer. This is like the biggest trailer you can get.
So I've got to
That's
try.
also one of the best harvesters you can get too.
So I've got to try your plan of just doing vertical strips, but we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, look, JC, it's already started to grow, and I've only done 1 lap.
Yeah, you've got plant growth on fast. So
Yeah, but my point is, by the time I am half done, you can start to harvest. And by the time we're half done harvesting, you can start to plough. Like, someone can plough just behind the harvester. Well, yeah, literally just behind.
Yeah, you can do that. You can seed at the same time as harvesting if you've got 2 tractors.
This wasn't the plan, and I balls it up. It's alright, no one's watching. Oh, goddamn, we have lots of people watching. Everybody stop watching the stream. I was like, I wonder what a decent turning circle is, and the answer is rubbish.
Yeah.
You got to get used to what the turning circle on that specific machinery is, and kind of learn what the optimal pattern is.
Adam's just ploughing the neighbour's field for us.
Yeah, so just using it as a run-up.
Makes me wonder if it would be worth it for us to invest in a silage bunker and a mower.
Why?
Don't need to invest in a silage bunker. We can use the one at the biogas plant.
Okay, but why a mower?
Because grass is a fucking fortune.
So I can just sell grass.
Yeah.
Is that what you can just get in a vehicle and just razz around the landscape, just going, this grass is now all mine?
Only on the fields
Well,
that you
if
own.
you own it.
Oh, right, but that means I have to buy... surely grass isn't worth as much as actual proper plants.
I mean, there's grass on the property that we own.
Oh, right, so right the edge. So is it? Yeah, that. Well, depends. I think the best plan is another tractor because then we've got one more trailer than tractor, but we have spare people.
That's fine. We can get a tractor and get a mower that goes on the tractor.
I didn't think of that. Well, then we'll need three tractors.
But then we would need to get rid of the trailer or get a loading wagon in order to load the grass up.
Can't we just suck it up with like straws?
That is what that trailer does. Like you tow it behind the mower and it sucks the grass up. I don't actually remember how much they are.
They're not much. I mean, I think I got.
But if you're going to turn it into silage, you have to use a silage bunker.
But I got a Flymo from Argos for like 40 quid. So they can't be that much.
You're right. The silage bunker, there's 3 of them at the biogas plant that are free to use.
Did they not burn our grass if we do that?
I've heard that in this map, you have to own that property.
No. Because you can deliver it to the... Once you've got it in the silage plant at the biogas plant, you can take it out and sell it to the biogas and get like 3 times the amount for the silage.
Can you eat it?
No. Hang on, let me Google that.
Can I eat grass? I think the answer is yes, but please don't.
Can you eat silage?
No, because cows, they ferment it.
Yeah, but that's not... The question isn't, is it nice to eat grass, or will I get a net calorific gain? It's, can I eat grass? Yes. Remember, you can eat almost anything once. But my favourite one of those is celery. So celery has so few calories, if you eat nothing but celery, you die. It costs more calories to digest celery than you get from it. TLDR, celery is poisonous and lethal. You should all avoid it. Are you not joining us, Max, for some very slow trundling of vehicles? Or are you just saving yourself for slow trundling of vehicles tomorrow?
Well, I haven't heard anything half of that, sorry.
I say you're not joining us for slow trundling of vehicles. Are you saving yourself for slow trundling of vehicles tomorrow?
Okay, this has made me laugh.
I guess so. I mean, I was going to come on last night, but ended up helping a mate for quite a few hours with his computer because he was having some problems with it.
Oh dear.
It was a case of his laptop was just so crap, it hadn't done any Windows updates for so long.
Yeah.
Like 4 months or something. So.
I had a person post on Facebook saying, "Oh no, I meant to hit restart, and I hit update and restart. Now my computer's installing like thousands and thousands of updates." And we're like, "What?" Because I always hit skip, and they're like, "There's a reason Windows doesn't like you hitting put off this update forever."
I hate it when people are like that. It's just always trying to tell them like,
Good luck,
that means
Shaka.
you done fucked. That means you're being
It's
an
your
idiot.
fault.
Yeah, you're the reason Windows no longer takes no for
My
an answer.
computer is complete shit. Oh, Windows is doing this. And it's like, that's because you're being an idiot. And that's the whole reason why it's now forced updates is because of people like you.
The virus scanner wasn't helping, so I turned the virus scanner off for a bit, and then let it do updates, and it seemed to get a bit of acceleration going for that, because it was basically 100% CPU while the virus scanner was on. I'm like, no, can't have that. So I turned the virus scanner off. It's a 1.4 gigahertz laptop. It was super slow. It's about a 10-year-old laptop, so, you know, it was just struggling a bit. And it seemed I saw it through. I saw it through for the 2 or 3 hours it took. And then
Jay,
he was happy.
the Watford Whisperer is a satire website.
Look
Yes,
at
I
that.
know.
just
16,500 on overharvest.
Oh wow. Cool. How much we
And
need?
we can turn in the contract too.
Oh good, I will do that soon. How much we need for our next vehicle? Was it 120,000? So we're halfway there.
I think so.
What's the cheapest tractor though?
Like 20 grand, I think.
The cheapest tractor total.
Well,
59,000.
Yeah, so we could get that tractor now because right now we can't start harvesting yet, but we can harvest and plough and drop off in very quick succession.
That tractor will not pull that.
That tractor is complete rubbish.
Right.
That's the sort of thing that you would draw an old fucking vintage hay trailer with.
Right, but But will it trawl the seed trailer, whatever it's called, the thing we
No,
put?
Let me look real quick.
I mean, I'm assuming we can
That
sell
seed
it.
trailer requires 110 horsepower. That tractor does
Not the thing I'm driving.
Oh,
the,
150
horsepower.
It will barely do it.
but I'm talking about not the thing I'm pulling now. I'm talking about the other thing, the covered trailer.
No, it
what?
will not. It'll do the thing that you're running right now.
Yeah, but the thing I'm doing right now should require lots of horsepower because I'm actually ploughing. Sure, the other thing requires bugger all horsepower because I'm just dragging it along.
You get
Well,
to
I
a
can tell
slight
you from
incline.
experience, that thing will not make it up a hill.
Oh, hang on, let me turn cruise control for a sec. I'll hand in that contract.
Let me, oh, okay.
And then, what button is it? Complete.
What? Yeah, there you go.
I just alt-tab that the menu. Yeah, okay, my question was more, with our 74,000, could we get another tractor to speed up redoing this field so that we can then sell that tractor and get a better tractor?
We could, but you're only going to get half of that money back.
Oh, is it like an RPG then?
Yeah, you can't buy it and sell it for the same money. You'll buy it. If you sell it, it deducts what you've used.
But it's an old tractor, right? We're not buying it
No,
new.
it's a new tractor.
It's a new old tractor.
No, it's a very low grade tractor.
Do we want to do the field for harvesting of corn?
Well, it's raining, so no, but hold on. Yes, I mean, you could do contract anyway.
All right, I'll
What-
accept that.
So once this has started to go, I believe that we should be able... hopefully we can buy another tractor.
Oh, shit, I did the wrong thing.
Good job. And then we can
Cancelled.
plough... No, we can harvest and plough and seed in, like, pretty much all at once with no waiting. But if we had another seeder, we could obviously do this in half the time. Although I said everyone stopped watching the stream and now there are more people watching. Why are you watching? I'm doing this for me. Why are you watching me drive up and down in stripes up a field? You strange, strange people. Nothing funny will happen. Actually, it did last time. Nothing funny will happen. This is just zen-like. It's like playing Minesweeper, only without making any mistakes. I'm not even pressing the pedals. I'm just using the cruise control. I do love the way the cruise control icon is a cruise control icon, though, which I know it's obvious, but it is an actual...
I love how you say that and the number of likes starts to go up.
I don't mind people liking the video. I just... Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, it is... We do quite a variety of games. I don't think we do enough emergent hilarity, to be honest. And I'd like to do more of that. But this is the opposite of Wreckfest, which is anything but relaxing. And SnowRunner has extremes. It has very relaxing parts, then incredibly tense and stressful parts, usually followed by falling down some stairs, like a hill. But I don't think this game has any tense moments. I think it's just pure...
Can we
grind.
not mention downstairs, please?
Well, I only fell up the stairs. I'm alright.
I went down them today. I got carpet burn on my arse.
Oh dear.
I feel like I need to buy a chainsaw.
Do it.
For what? For why?
Is that when we buy some property with some trees, we can cut them down
Well,
and sell
what-
them
can't-
because trees are fucking amazing?
Can't we use that crazy ass logger?
You want to spend $500,000 on that thing?
I do, but not yet. Am I?
And the chainsaw is what, 1,500 maybe?
Am I twatting the ends of what I am, aren't I? Like I'm twatting the ends of it.
I'm sorry, 1,000 for a chainsaw.
Is that is that a person chainsaw? So you just
It's personal.
I hope-
Yes, I would
so-
have to buy one, and you would have to buy one if you wanted to use one.
no. I'm thinking of like the chainsaw in Carmageddon 2 that was on the
No,
front of one of the
it's-
cars, just sweeping back and forwards.
Oh god, no, it's a handheld. Jay used one to chop down a tree, and we got, what was it, like 10,000 for that tree? And that's
Yeah,
like the
it was
worst
about
tree.
10 grand. and it was like a wibbly wobbly
It
pile
was
of
the
concrete.
worst tree that you could possibly sell.
Whereas if you chop down a cedar or a spruce, one of the
And we
tall
just,
coppices, you
we
get
just
mega.
tossed it in the back of a pickup truck
With a forklift.
Just
Yeah.
pick the branch.
by hand.
Okay, so the next question is, do we own any trees?
You haven't planted
No,
any.
not currently.
Where do we plant trees?
Plant them in your field, or you can plant them around your field, depending
Okay,
on.
but we own Field 15. Does this mean
but
we
we
also...
need to have the equipment unless we use the mod that lets you learn how to plant trees by hand.
Okay, but well, hold on. So we own Field 15. Does this also mean we own all the land directly adjacent to Field 15?
Yes.
No.
So, well, one of you is
Wow.
wrong. Which is it?
You've got
If we
access
go
to.
if we go into the lands where you purchase stuff, it'll show you that where you purchase land, it'll show you exactly how much of that area we own,
Uh-huh.
That is correct. My apologies. I forgot I was
which
in
is
the
railroad track to road.
Right, but between the railroad track and the road is some space we could plant trees.
That is correct.
Wait, but Flabbergast is telling us that we can just break into people's houses and steal their fields and steal the trees.
Good in 2017 in FS17.
So now you can't, because there's a lot of trees. I'm happy to go around stealing trees. I think we've become tree bandits.
This is what people used to do in FS17, and then that's why it seemed to get locked out in 19, because you could make millions just chopping everybody's trees and grass
Well,
without anything else.
can one own a tree? I mean, it's a bit like pigeons. You can't own pigeons. No one owns pigeons. You can just go to a park and take home as many pigeons and ducks and seagulls as you want. You're perfectly allowed to.
I would never ever take a seagull.
What would you do? Yeah, but you could take it home and just kill it.
Yeah, I can't eat it.
Well, you can.
No, you can't. They're freaking horrible.
Yeah, but you can eat it. I'm not saying you'd want to, but if I were to eat a seagull, it would purely be out of spite.
And then it would give you Delhi Belly for 3 days.
I'm invincible. Maybe I could just make it into a paste and then feed it to other seagulls. And then give them leaflets explaining what they've done.
The ballistic. But no, because they eat each other anyway.
Now, I grew up at the seaside. Seagulls are not...
Yeah.
They are noisy things that swoop down and steal food.
Yes. You seem to forget I live on the seafront
I
and my
know,
neighbour's
that-
got frigging seagull nests on his roof.
Well, yeah, see, sometimes I'm talking at you, but I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all the people on stream who I assume most of... Actually, right now, in this channel, 3 of us grew up at the seaside. I don't know about you, Esme. I don't know how far you are from the... if you're beside
No,
the
but I
seaside.
grew up where seagulls exist, and I fucking hate them.
Everybody does.
I was actually thinking, have you ever considered that it is the worst place that she is selling seashells?
It is absolutely the worst place.
They're not really a commodity, are they?
Well, more importantly, if you're going to sell them anywhere, don't sell them by the seashore.
Personally, I'd rather just go and pick me up.
Yeah, but imagine you live in... I'm trying to think of somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Milton Keynes. You can't go and get seashells quite so easily there.
So we just load up the lorry with seashells and take them to Milton Keynes?
Maybe. Could you move the harvester, please? Because I'm going to need it out the way on my next sweep. I definitely don't think you should be able to teleport between vehicles the way you can, by the way. It just seems ridiculous. There's a button, just teleport to all the ones on the map. Conversely, I wish SnowRunner had that button, because SnowRunner's vehicle switch is very awkward to do on a control pad. Also, it's been raining now for like 2 days.
Plants grow? What are you complaining about?
Plants grow anyway. It's a bit like colouring in this game, isn't it? You colour it in, and then you colour it in a different colour, and you colour it in a different colour. And then someone just drives all over your cabbages.
It makes the U-turns.
Why is that not a cannabis mod for this? They could sell that and clean up. Like, seriously.
Oh my god.
People would go mad for that shit. I wonder how quickly
Yeah,
I could...
probably one of the biggest mods would get instantly banned.
Why would it get banned? It's not illegal.
It is illegal in some places.
No, let me rephrase that.
I mean, the
It's
actual
not...
thing, they don't want to encourage that.
You're not allowed to show drug taking in a positive light in Australia. Other than that, there aren't many rules around this. It'll get you a 15 or an 18 rating. But I'm just quietly wondering how quickly I could knock up a cannabis farm simulator. You could call the game and get high.
Quickly, you'll be contacted by a lawyer
Saying what?
correcting you on exactly why it's not legal.
There are actually several cannabis farm simulator emulator games,
Damn it.
including on Facebook. Bud
Yeah.
Farm being one of them.
Yeah, but they aren't actual farming games. They're more like Farmville type games rather than this.
I've got no idea what that is.
Farmville. It's isometric rather than 3D.
No.
Yeah, but I know there are a number of drug-based. I mean, my God, Mafia was the quintessential one. Not
Oh my
Mafia.
God.
Not Mafia. That was a GTA clone. Oh, what game am I thinking of? Anyway, you are perfectly allowed to write games that depict illegal acts. I draw your attention to GTA, where I run a meth lab and a cocaine lab and a weed shop. There are grow shop games on Steam. I'm sure there are, but is there one where you drive tractors around in cannabis fields?
Did I just disconnect?
Not that I can say. Oh, the rain's stopping. Thank heavens.
That wasn't me that disconnected. Obviously, you're talking.
I still need to come up with a name for the game that I'm working on as well. I haven't. I can't call it suspension of disbelief, no matter how much I want to.
Wait, can you not hear us, Jay?
Testing?
I think.
Do you?
Oh dear, I just disconnected. What the hell? No,
Oh,
I didn't.
oh,
What the
that's-
fuck?
Is my internet going down slowly?
I lagged out.
But I can still hear you. Can you hear me?
Alright, is it working now, Jay?
Hello. Yes.
That's a Discord problem. It happens to me all the time.
What the bloody hell happened there? It went ping ping and
It
I'm
just
still in the channel.
fucks off.
Yeah, it was like it AFK'd me, but didn't move me out of the channel.
How odd. I forgot what I was saying.
It's common, I guess. I thought it was just me.
No, it just hates everybody.
Oh yeah, I need to come up with a name for my game. If anyone has any great ideas. I was considering actually branding it as a sequel to Adapter, because Adapter does have at least a little bit of goodwill, and I know some people who really like it. Not many, but and that does mean I then get to use the term Adapter. That means that talking about it would probably push a little bit back to the first game. But I haven't got a good name. It's currently called Martian Rover. And I like.
Jay, are you busy in the game?
Not particularly. I'm just sitting here watching
Would
it.
you
go up and
mind
down.
driving the hauling tractor from the shop over to field 2 at the top left of the map?
We get another truck and trailer.
For the-
That's for a
No, it's
contract.
for the contract.
Whoa, where are we going with it?
Field 2, top left of the map. You can take the coastal highway.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I also think it's the first game, or only game I've ever played, but that has a cruise control setting. Like SnowRunner could do with one of those. The amount of times I just drive forward at 10 miles an hour for the next 15 minutes. I suppose I could 3D print a brick for the accelerator.
Hang on, is this right or left-handed road on this game?
It's American.
Okay. So I drive on the right?
That's correct. Drive on the right side.
Okay. I'm only saying because I don't want to have a head on. Yeah, okay. I see. There's a car coming towards me.
Nope. No straw swath. because we can't do anything with it.
The top speed of this tractor is 26 miles per hour.
Nice.
No.
Most of them are around 30. You're lucky to get 40. That's like, there's only like 2 tractors that are capable of even close to 40.
I think there's several of the top tier tractors that are like 60, 70 mile an hour. Unless that's...
No tractor exceeds 43. None of them.
What's that in kilometers?
Go look. Go look.
Yeah, what's that in kilometers?
That would be about 16 kilometers. I keep mine at miles per hour because that's what Adam uses.
Yep.
And I hate having to do the conversion in my head.
I can't remember what button it is to make the map big on the steering wheel.
9?
Oh, that map button? Fuck if I know. I think it's button 24 or 23 on the side panel.
Yeah, got it.
I don't use those because I have mine bound to one of the mods.
I believe I'm in front of you, but I can't.
Right, but okay. There's a road access to the left. If you turn left, there you go.
Shulker's still with us.
No, he's gone to do a match of Acheron. Okay, I have done this. I'm just waiting for it to grow. Who what the map button was? That one? That one. Yes, it's already ready to harvest. So if we did have a... I thought we don't own field 16, do we?
If you want to just park that near the road, Jay, on a kind of angle, that's fine.
We don't own field 16, do we? Because it looks like I've harvested their field a bunch.
No, we don't. There's a way that if you can kind of get your vehicle to
Break it.
to kind of be on both fields at the same time, that sometimes gets it to do that.
Might be what I've done. I'm just going to leave that there for a second. I'm just going to grab some more drink. And then I will be ready.
No, not the railroad tracks, the road.
Where?
On the other side of the field.
Oh, okay. I was coming down to empty you.
No, I'm just doing the first passes.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought you was ready for a dumping.
No, I just needed the tractor in a good position. I figured that you were going to be needed to help him with harvesting the other field.
I'm just going in between both of you. It's, as I say, we can fill up the harvesters and empty at the end of the row.
I'm used to filling up a harvester and
If I
emptying it
open
into
this-
a nearby truck and
If I-
dealing with that later.
I can't remember the button for taking the cover off.
8.
Oh, I have
It's one of
returned.
the purple buttons.
I like that. I'm actually really impressed with this set.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, that's it. The steering wheel, it's alright for this game, but it's probably not great in many other games. The pedals are for shit, but it's fine for this game. And it's really nice. I don't know. Oh, when you get to have a go in the forklift truck and things like that, because you get to, if you click the blue button, the button to turn the light red, you then get to control the doobry on it, rather than the camera. The forklift bit, which is super fun.
Yeah.
If I think I could just persuade it to show me the controls on the pad. So even in a field this size, at this speed rate, we could continually harvest the field.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how. I mean, that would be about 4 times quicker than we're doing it now. Well, 3 because Schalke's off. Max hasn't joined. Henry, I haven't seen Henry in ages actually. Oh, and for some reason, then when you've got the your accelerator press, you can't engage cruise control. What it should do is when you press cruise control when you're driving, it should just take your current speed and assign that to the cruise control, like a real car.
That would be nice.
But what it actually does, you have to let go of the accelerator for about a quarter of a second before you can press the cruise control button.
And just set the speed by using the scroll wheel on your cruise control button.
Yeah, but it won't engage it until you let go of the accelerator.
This is true. I had a little bit of a play about with it, but I didn't quite grasp everything.
What, on the cruise control?
No, on the actual steering wheel.
It takes a while to get fully used to this thing.
Like even the steering, I can't believe how much changing that.
Well, you really have to spin it
I still
around.
have my HOTAS hooked up, and I still haven't even bound anything to it.
Oh, because you've got the control panel, don't you?
Well, yeah, and I haven't really gotten into the forestry stuff yet, so haven't needed to find anything yet.
I'm assuming, and it is only an assumption, that when the devs designed the forestry stuff, they designed it with the control panel in mind. Actually, they probably
Didn't look like that in the default bindings.
They probably actually designed it with a joypad in mind. There are more of those out there. But yeah, it's a shame that I cannot use the heavy control deck to control the camera in SnowRunner, because I lose all the binds, and I don't think I can configure the corded binds. I don't think that's an option. Maybe I'll think about it.
It makes me wonder if you can if you edit the file, because that's how I got something in there to work. Because I edited the file.
The thing is, I've played SnowRunner now for 5.5 days. I am not at the position where, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to completely change all the controls. I've memorized them now. I'm very, very quick on the cording. So it's crap. Cording is crap, but I've got used to it now.
That's why I was happy to try this game, was because it's something new, and I can make sure that I've got everything right and get used to that.
Yeah.
Kind of like in Elite Dangerous. Although that one was a nightmare, switching from keyboard to HOTAS.
A little closer, Jay.
But I bound things as I needed them, like finding out, like, oh, okay, what's the binding for this? Oh, it's not bound. Okay, well, what's not used? This one. Okay.
Yeah. And
then, does that feel right? Okay, no, I'm going to switch it over to here.
Because I'm hoping that the Oculus tech that's just arrived, you can now tell Oculus, you can tell it where your desk is and where your keyboard is, and it understands certain keyboards. So it will display your keyboard in VR. I'd love to see that for joysticks and steering wheels and control racks and stuff. So that means in VR, I'd see it in the right place. You don't see your own hands. So I had this when I had the Guitar Hero stuff set up, so Rock Band stuff set up in VR. You can just grab it and you can look down at the controller and you can put your hands on the buttons because the controller is in exactly the right place and it's exactly the right size. It's just wonderful. And I'd love to see that in VR. Because there's that guy that keeps doing the round, he's in DCS and he's got some sort of hollow button thing and some sort of VR tracking. And I keep seeing GIFs of it and I'm like, right, what have you done? I want to do this. What is it? What software are you using to run a virtual... Because you know when you have like a fancy cockpit built and you have all the displays, they're just external screens. But what he's done is he's routed an external screen into a texture in VR, which then maps the same location as the physical button. But I haven't seen any details on what he's done. Because I'm interested, but you've just not shown us. As I've said, I also this game needs to be taken outside and shot for not having VR support. Have you got VR, Jay?
I guess somebody needs to contact the devs and be like, you need to do VR in the next game.
Well, this is the thing. My game will have VR, so that's, you know, you snooze, you lose.
I don't have VR at the moment.
Okay. I have so many, it's ridiculous.
Well, there's a certain weight that a comment tends to have depending on where it's coming from.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where these guys are from.
Germany.
Oh, okay. Suddenly the whole game makes a lot more sense.
Why most of the stuff in the game is German?
No,
Yes.
we will do an absolutely realistic farming simulator and it'll not be any fun at all. It's my German accent.
Oh, come on.
That
There's
was a
tons
really
of fun. I love this game.
No, like, German, there's a huge German following for Fortress Craft. But then you've got stuff like Germans love train timetable games and like very, very realistic number crunchy games. So with Koreans like massive grindy MMOs, Germans love...
Are you saying that it's starting to make a lot more sense that I'm moving to Germany?
No, I wouldn't ever insult you, so...
I don't take it as an insult, though.
I mean, Flabbergast, it's worth looking up if you've not seen it. Tourist Bus Simulator. So it's one of the games that does have motion platform support. And the game is you drive a bus around a tourist island so all the tourists can see all the things. That's the game.
I may or may not have that game.
Yeah, but that's the whole game. There's no other part to it. You just drive the route so all the tourists can see everything on the island, and that's it, you're done. And there's also like Metro Bus Simulator, and it's like this is the most realistic simulation of driving one of the metro buses on the 3 major lines around Berlin. Like, yes, there's not much competition, let's be honest. Getting yourself the most realistic one's not achieving very much. But yeah, I might try and implement this sort of mechanic in my game. Probably for batteries. I like the idea of a battery truck recharging a larger truck so it doesn't need to go and plug in. So you'll actually
There is electric vehicles in this game.
Now, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about a big truck doing a thing, but it's the equivalent of the Kolob or the Tatarin. It takes a lot of energy to do it.
Gotcha.
So then you've got another battery truck driving along, but that has to remain nearby so it can be plugged in. I think that would be pretty sweet. I like this idea.
I know that there is trucks in this game. Maybe it might just be a mod that I'm thinking of that has the fuel carrier.
Yeah, but I'm talking about for this other game I'm doing. I'm trying to think of ways I can force the duo, the thing, the 2 people doing stuff. Because I really like that feature. Like, I like it a lot. I don't have any other game that's done it, and I'm wondering how I can do it. The only hard part is going to be drawing the battery cable between the 2. But yeah, I do feel I should be listening to a podcast while playing this game. Because I'm sure all farmers listen
I
to.
usually listen to the in-game radio.
Probably get copyright strikes doing that, unfortunately.
Well, there's the internet one. There's also just the regular game radio.
Yeah, I
You
try.
know, the music that's shipped with it.
I try to avoid music in streams. Partly it drowns people out.
Yeah.
So flabbergasted between Eden and beginning Phoenix, I want to finish off a couple of games, and I want to get a couple of other games out. I've got a number of ideas, and nearly all of them are VR, or at least they have VR support. So yeah, I did do a prototype over a few weeks, off and on, of a submarine game, and I don't think I'm going forwards with it, but it did give me a lot of insight into various bits and bobs. But I realised I really like games with cool physics. So I'm doing a game with cool physics. And it's going to be... The plan is a multiplayer game that is a bit like Farming Sim in the sense that there are almost forced upon you missions, and a bit like SnowRunner in the sense that you're driving quite slowly through difficult terrain with cool physics. Set in the future, with multiplayer support, with VR support, and with Overseer support. So someone is on a mini-map directing the other players. There might be a mode where there's no commander, and then the other players get more information. But imagine a game like SnowRunner, where when someone's in the commander view, all the GPS is gone. You don't get access to the map anymore, and you don't get to set waypoints. Oh, damn it, this field hasn't popped yet. So imagine that. But yeah, I've been doing my due diligence on the new Featherstone solver, which is the same system that SnowRunner and Spin Tires uses, and it's extremely good. So it's actually quite new. It's a new method of doing physics. NVIDIA have pushed it into PhysX, which is how I'm using it, and it's very good. So I've done vehicle stuff before, but it's usually very hard to control, and it's usually very fragile. So you tweak it, or the vehicle just explodes. So I remember, I think, Esmir, you played with the first physics thing I did. That was using the old solver. And it was working, and then I just broke it one week, and I just couldn't fix it again. I got a number wrong somewhere. But yeah, flabbergasted, if you look in the adapter channel, you'll see the only video that I've pushed. I think I'm tempted to call it Adapter to Martian Rover or something.
%93 full on this tractor tag here.
Nice.
As soon as I've got to the end of this road with Adam, I will come and change it.
All right, thank you. Let me see where it's going. It is going to the port grain elevator. Careful, that one crosses over the railroad, and it's kind of weird. I recommend coming in from the south entrance.
But yeah, SnowRunner was a surprise hit for us. We played MudRunner very... Apparently I played it for 24 hours, but I suspect I left it on the title screen. We completed MudRunner in about 3 sessions, 10 hours. And I ran out of things to do. But SnowRunner has genuinely blown me away with how good a game it is. In so many ways. And when I love a game very, very much, I want to take all the things I love about the game and put it into one of my games, then take all the bits I don't like and get rid of them or change them.
Where's this going as made? Port grain or central grain?
Port.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, a game like SnowRunner, only without all the bits I don't like about SnowRunner. For example, no VR support, no motion platform support, and only 4-player support. Like, I'd say that if SnowRunner had VR support, I would upgrade just to be able to play it, but I don't have any upgrade paths left at the moment. So the motion platform guys, they are still utterly bitching about the fact there are not video cards out there fast enough to drive. The G2 headset I've got is an insane number of pixels. But yeah, if you want to run like a triple screen setup, and each screen is 4K, 144 hertz. Good luck driving that on even a 3090 at high detail. There is a market, small market, but there's a market for video cards easily 4 to 8 times faster than what we've got. And we aren't going to get that for a while, because the 3090, the 3 series, was a huge jump. It's because it's been incremental. You know, 970 to 1070 was incremental, 1070 to 2070 is incremental, 2070 to 3070 is generational. But that's the last time we're going to see one of those for a while. I don't know about AMD. I think AMD did the same sort of thing. They had a big generational jump with the...
Well, that was moving from shit tech to actually decent tech.
Yeah. But you've got the same...
And they are still playing catch up, so we should be expecting even, consistently bigger jumps.
Yeah, but but they've just done a big technology jump, so we're going to get incremental for 2 or 3 generations, like 2 or 3
That's
years.
not their plan. Their plan is to still remain super competitive.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Nvidia won't be having any big jumps for quite some years, I wouldn't have thought. Sadly. But this is what annoys me. I've just gone to a 3080. It's a great video card. Do not get me wrong. It's a wonderful and super powerful video card. It is not fast enough at all. I cannot crank games to 4K 144 hertz at 8 times anti-aliasing and hit the frame rate counter. So
wait, you mean you can't play games at 8K 60?
Well, I can play some games at 8K 60, but let's, for example,
I'm making fun of their demonstration.
Yeah, well, I mean, I couldn't, for example, SnowRunner, I can just about manage SnowRunner at full detail, just about at 75 hertz 1440p. I'm struggling. Not if I'm streaming. Well, with the old setup. So, that's about the cost. SnowRunner is about as high as it gets. Going to 4K, there's no way I would have to take a detail hit. But yeah, 8K, it's nice and all, but... I mean, I've got a 4K projector set up, and that is... Oh, God, how big is it? 130? See, the 136, 154-inch screen I've got, and that's 4K. I also have a 1080p projector in the same location, and I can tell the difference for 4K on a screen the size of a wall. Other than that, I don't think there's much point, and I have learned this, I say the hard way. A 1080p screen with good anti-aliasing looks better than a 4K screen with no anti-aliasing. So, to my mind, 4K is as high as we will ever need to go. Not quite so much for VR, because you need to be drawing a lot more, but I think we are going to start to see less pixel count, or a smaller growth in pixel count, because it's just not needed. Because I think you can get 16K panels as well. I just have no idea what you would drive it with. I mean, you could play Live for Speed at 16K. 60 frames, I'm sure. But not anything newer than a decade. I mean, this game, am I at 60 frames a second? Oh, I think this game let me choose 60 or 120.
Oh, just admit it. The market for Live for Speed at this point is VR.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Live for Speed in VR is one of the very few games I can run at full resolution with no reprojection. It's like, it looks so good. And then I go to, like, Project Cars, and I'm there running at bare minimum detail at 75% resolution. And I'm still dipping into reprojection, going, this is not... Like, consumer video cards, I mean, is variable rate shading, that's the Nvidia tech, isn't it? No, that's the ATI tech. Because both Nvidia and ATI have a variable rate shading system. So you, at the edges of the screen, or your foveated rendering for VR, use cheap renderers and then use expensive ones to the middle. I can't remember what they call it. They call it something different, though. See, this game's using up 9% of my CPU at 60 frames. And I don't even have the fans turned on my GPU right now, and I'm running at 35 degrees on my GPU.
Yeah, remember how I was having that problem where with Wreckfest the other night, where if I had the stream up on the other screen, suddenly my my frame rate just started climbing and climbing and climbing until it
Broke.
hanged,
Yeah.
and then it would go back down, and then it would start climbing and climbing and climbing. Turns out it was using a hell of a lot more GPU power than normal. Like if I had it normal, then it would just use like maybe 30% GPU.
Incidentally, if I get a better combine harvester, I assume they have wider blades and they go faster.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, yes.
Good.
Well, not faster, just wider.
Okay. Because
But yes,
now,
faster because wider is faster.
I mean, I don't know what you guys are up to, but right now this field could be almost entirely ploughed. So I still think another track limit.
I've just dropped crops off, so I'm on the way to drop this back.
Oh my
to
god, and I just filled up.
No, so I'm just I say I think we should that's what our next step should be, another tractor, just so we can, with 3 of us and definitely with 4, just do this field flat out. And then that should make us more money to do more and better things.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm still trying to buy an Xbox. I still have not bought an Xbox. I've been trying now for 4 months, nearly 5. It is ridiculous. Because Sony been going on about how the PS5 is the best-selling thing ever, and it's like, yeah, but they've all gone through scalpers.
Hey Jay, do you remember in the save that we played when we bought that original starting farm area?
Yeah.
Did that include pre-filled silo?
Yes.
Oh my god. That's a game changer.
So I mean, if we spent the 300,000 buying that corner plot, right now we would have 3 fields, and we would probably have got
3 fields that are each one about a quarter the size of 15.
yeah. Well, no, field 19 is absolutely massive.
Well, if we
Not
had
to
it,
mention one of them is cotton, which we would have to plow over.
if we had any more fields, we would be behind.
No, what I mean is if we bought those 3 fields, we would have been able to do them rotationally. But we would have had the crops that are already in that silo. We would have been able to sell to buy even more. Do you know what I mean? It comes with, when you're buying that farm, it comes with 3 fields pre-planted, a house and a silo or something, and it's all
I
there.
found a use for that. I fucked up on a contract, and I took a fill to the wrong location, and I was like, oh shit, what do? And then I remembered, oh wait, there's stuff in the silo. So I grabbed the stuff out of the silo and took it to the correct location to complete the contract.
I will be back in 2 seconds.
Okay.
I'm just going to go and readjust my...
TMI.
No.
I would also, I don't know if you remember, but Tabletop Simulator allows you to have a web browser in the game.
It does.
And
It's got an iPad in there as well now.
yes, I mean, it's a web browser in the game, yeah, on a tablet. You could do with that on this. I could do with a tablet, so I could just watch YouTube videos in-game.
You need to make that mod.
Or put it in my own game.
You need to make that mod.
Why? Make someone else's game better or make my own game better. I'd say it's a tricky one, but it's really not. Also, when I do a UE on this vehicle, the bloody camera height changed. I keep having to change the camera height every time.
Because the undulation of the field changes.
It doesn't matter. I should be setting a height, not an angle. SnowRunner's camera is also awful. I'm constantly having to adjust it.
Something mods something. It blows my mind just how many of the mods are actually done by the devs.
Well, then why don't they put them into the... I mean, with Fortress Craft, the good mods, I chatted with the person
Because
who
they
wrote the
wanna make
mod,
it
and I put
optional,
it
I guess.
into the game. Yes, but if it's a mod that flat out improves the game, put it in.
Do you really want them to have put in the precision farming that makes it so that you have to monitor the soil types and the acidity and all that stuff.
No,
and
but that's a difficulty
that
setting.
crop yields are varied based on if it's on loamy soil or whatever.
Yeah, but that's a difficulty setting. Conversely, stuff like improved camera. I'd like to see
Sure.
GI in this. I mean, the rendering tech is old. I don't think there's any ambient occlusion at all.
I think there is.
But I mean, like,
I
so
could be thinking of a different game though.
I can't show it at the minute, but the stuff I've been working on, I've got contact shadows. So that means that when an object's near another... You know, in a car, you've got, like, the actual shadow from the sun. But underneath the car is always dark because there's no... Oh, synchronizing data.
Sorry, I was just lowering the doodah what's it off my steering wheel.
Lowering the doodah, what's it? Oopsie, why am I driving quickly? Oh, no, I've...
The sensitivity?
What's the button? Turn on the harvester.
4.
4. Which button's 4?
4 yellow.
4 yellow?
Sorry, orange. Orange.
No, it's
And
not.
you have to. I think you have to make sure that you have the harvester selected, and not the harvester head. Nope. It's either.
Lower. Yes, it's lower head is LT plus 1.
Oh, it's because your harvester's full.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to go drop it off in a trailer.
Right, I will be back again because apparently when I'm setting my keybinds to default, it's resetting the axis. So when I'm steering, I'm doing a full quarter of a turn, almost a third of a turn before the steering wheel reacts.
So that's reduced your
Yeah.
sensitivity.
Yeah. That's bollocks.
Well, you have said reset to default, so it's kind of not.
Yeah, but I've only reset the controllers to default, not the axis. That's not something that can be changed in game.
Oh, sorry.
So why does resetting it in game reset the axis? Like, if it's going to reset it in game, allow me to change it in game.
Hopefully, these are all things taken into consideration in the next version.
So setting it to 3% last time automatically set my shit to reverse constantly. So I'm going back up to 5% and just going to deal with the lag because I don't know which controller is which.
What are you talking about? Dead zones? Sorry.
Yeah,
The
on
only-
the axis.
Just don't change any dead zones apart from the steering wheel one, which is the first one.
What, axis 1?
Hold on, let me just check. I think so.
Yes, steering wheel is axis 1.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's X-axis, but yeah, axis 1. Yeah, probably. Turn on the harvester. Damn it.
Oh wait, I think it needs axis 1 and axis 2. For some reason, it does
Oh, one
one
axis
for
for left.
positive, one for negative.
Yeah, very possibly.
Okay, I've changed both of them. Hopefully this time it'll fucking work. I should have got a thermos.
Say again?
I should have got a thermos.
Mhm.
I've got it sitting next to me, but I feel like I need a thermos.
Well, didn't you see what I said right before the stream?
Nah. What did you say right before the stream?
But she's got a
Got
flannel
my
shot
flannel
and thirst.
shirt and thermos of coffee, ready for some farming or logging. I don't actually have a flannel shirt on. Fuck that. But I do have a flannel shirt. But I did have coffee.
So that dead zone's a lot lower. But it's still... a good 2.5 inches of turn on the wheel.
I mean, I can't check without closing the server, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I changed. I can't remember now. Axis 0 or 1, but yeah, it was the first two axes.
I would recommend opening up the Windows controller configuration and testing which axis
Well,
is
X. That's just X. Unfortunately, that's all it says there.
what. Oh, damn it.
Is that joy.cpo, isn't it?
Just hit the Windows key and type USB and select the one marked set up USB game controllers. Oh shit! I've just teleported into another vehicle. Esme's in my vehicle. What's going on? Oh no,
No, I'm
she's
not.
No, you're in a different one.
This is the contract one. Oh my god, brakes.
Yes. Like, as soon as I touch the wheel, it reacts.
That would be 0% dead zone.
Why am I doing wrong here? LT and 3. Why LT and 3? What sort of key is that? I want to know what that button is on the control deck.
What, LT and...
LT and 3 to turn on harvester. Oh, I really wish it would show me those, but I don't know why it doesn't.
I'm telling you, it should be orange button number 4.
It is.
Yeah.
But I keep
But
forgetting.
only if you've got that tool enabled.
Yeah, that's fine.
No.
21
When it comes to the harvester, it doesn't matter what you have selected. Turning on the harvester is always going to be orange button number 4.
They like permanently set it to that.
I
It
think
just doesn't. It doesn't matter if you've got the harvester or the header selected. Turning it on is turning it on.
yeah. My point is more that I have no idea what button it is because I've forgotten. Because it's not showing me. It's showing me. Now it says 4 to select tool. It doesn't mean 4. 4 is the button on the steering wheel. So 4 is the equivalent of button 21. That makes
As soon
sense.
as you've dumped that in this, I'll go and select wherever.
Right, so
And I'm almost done over here, so you don't have to worry about selling this one. I'll get it once I'm done.
You sure?
With this last strip.
we should be nearly enough to buy a better vehicle.
Yeah.
Or another vehicle rather than a better one. Because I'm now done, but we could have had this ploughed 99% ploughed by this point, you say.
Get another person and another tractor.
Yeah. Which
Or we hire someone to do it. You can hire someone to go along behind.
Yeah, but we have another person. We just can't buy another tractor.
So best place for this is restaurant at 1,164 per 1,000 litres. Or per tonne.
4, 3, 2, 1. I am empty.
Cool.
I'm not sure this is going to give us enough. I suspect we'll have to do an... Oh, well, it depends how much Esmir gets from this contract, I guess. But hopefully we can get another tractor, which means that we can...
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There's 768 barley left in this harvester that won't fit into the damn trailer.
Just eat it. I won't tell anyone. It's like when you pick...
I'm just going to drop this header.
Take the harvester to the drop-off point.
I know, that's what I'm doing. I dropped the header so that I can take the harvester over. I'll take the tractor along later.
Waiting for them to come back with my stuff.
You know, I swear, sometimes that train is just waiting for the moment that I'm coming up to a crossing and that I'm halfway, that I'm already past the point of no return before just the crossing starts to light up and come down. It's like, wait, I'm not over it yet. I also can't stop.
The only thing I don't like is when I lose focus on the game, it stops taking input from the pad. It's a bit annoying.
Yeah, it probably didn't take the best path. I think this is just a footpath through the woods. It's like really bad. This is some snow runner shit.
I like the way that they've obviously got more buttons on the control deck than they knew what to do with. So this control deck has 10 buttons at the top and then 6 and then 4. 6 of the buttons are just for turning on different lights. I love that. So we got enough money. We're going to have to do one more...
I need to take the tractor over to the thing and we'll
just
find out.
sell it. Just steal it. Do the quest that gives you the best stuff and just steal it.
So sell the harvest and cancel the quest?
Yeah, no. Yeah, but like those harvesters are worth like $1 million. So just nick it. Just razz off with it like GTA. Take it to the import-export
Oh my god,
garage.
I wish we could.
You imagine that, stealing harvesters. GTA. Oh no, there's a good game. There's a good game. So it's Farm Sim, only you're a thief, and you just basically mug farmers out their harvesters and then have to get away with them and sell them. How brilliant would
Do
that
you know how
be?
many actual farmers you would have chasing after you?
Doesn't matter. This thing has a
You'd
top
have
speed like 13 miles an
co-ops
hour.
going against you.
What the hell does FOSS mean? Someone said, is the new dawn FOSS? Like, what the hell's FOSS? As I'm first of seashells? Come on, slowpokes.
I'm doing the whole 26 mile an hour that this tractor does.
Yep, that's as fast as this one goes.
Oh, right, free open source software. What are people like? So how do I refuel? Do I just drive to the petrol station in my combine harvester?
No, you would need a fuel tanker.
Well, I'm about half a tank of fuel.
Then we're going to need a fuel trailer.
At some point we will.
Or you could just drive it over to the gas station.
Don't know if that actually works.
Yes, it does.
Where is
Sure.
Where is it?
Down
It's right
opposite
next to
shop.
the store.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Well, so Jay, if you can come back up here and start to seed the next thing. I'll try and remember what the buttons are. What's detached? Button 2. Brilliant. What's my top speed whilst I am... I've had this a lot. You'll always get this question. Cool. And sometimes I'm not talking about games that look rubbish. You get people get games that look good. Is this game going to be free? No, why is that your default go-to? Oh, am I going to have to pay for this? I was like, you clearly want it.
For what?
Eden, someone's just said, is it a free open source? I'm like, no, well... Like, where would you get that from? To me, that's not the usual state of affairs. That's an unusual state of affairs. Oh God, it's someone on the wrong side of the road!
You're in America now, Adam.
No, we're not.
Yes, you are.
Pretty sure we're not.
This is America.
This is America.
I thought I chose Germany.
No, this is America.
That's the other map.
Oh. I think it's because I'm driving a rough little smash. Just makes me feel like we're in Germany.
Either way, you're still driving on the wrong side of the road.
You're right. I should drive down the middle. Then I'm definitely 50% correct. I did that in America a few times. I've been to America a bunch, and it's the first drive in the morning when you get out, and I invariably would swing out of the junction onto the wrong side of the road, and not realise for 100 yards and swerve onto my side. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to spend some of that sweet, sweet, sweet contract money on petrol.
Okay, do you want me to pick up contractor on field 5?
Yeah, we need
With
to.
corn?
Yeah, I mean, do a small one because I reckon this next one will have enough.
Oh, a small one.
Like a quick one, rather. So I reckon we should have enough to buy a better tractor, and then we can literally plough and seed and harvest and grain all in one go. Our petrol station is. Okay, look left.
I'm
look right.
sorry, I'm afraid that the only harvesting contracts available are 10 acres or, 10 hectares or 10 hectares.
Oh yeah, but just do something that just gets money. Doesn't have to be harvesting. Just something that's good for the monies. Right.
Harvesting is pretty much the only thing that's really good for the monies.
Yeah, but it's just something that will get you a profit of some description. But quite quickly, 10 minutes. While I'm here, honk. Oh, start filling. Click the trigger. Oh my God, I had to sit here and wait for the fuel to arrive. Of course. Or you could do a 2-man one with Schalke, and then that should net enough money to actually buy our own stuff. Did you win,
Comes
Schalke?
back?
Yeah, did he win, Schalke?
Back.
Did you win?
No, I lost.
You beat them. Good job.
I didn't lose immediately. I made progress by losing slower.
I forgot you were playing Acorn. Let me rephrase it. Did you lose in the past or in the future?
At least in the past.
Can you do that in Acorn? Can you actually start off, and then by the end of your play, you've actually already lost in the past? I guess not.
It's like immutable defeat is the default condition. In the early days, you could lose in the future too, but it felt cheap for some of the players. So you could future rush. But because of things, it was not kept.
Ah.
And it's annoying when games have low player bases. There's probably more to discover in it, but because there are not so many eyeballs looking, that's gonna be a mystery on what it would be like for large people to study it and get good at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I used to play Homeworld a lot multiplayer. I used to play it as one of the few games that latency is irrelevant. It just doesn't care. So I played that one an awful lot multiplayer. But I would just find myself running into the same 20 people over and over and over again. That's the same sort of thing. You're like, oh, it's this guy. And I got to the point where I'm like, oh, is this guy? He again in TA, it's this guy. He likes airplanes. So you just build anti-air.
Yeah, it's kind of different when you can deduce the strategy from the name. A big enough player base becomes anonymous. That it's just another random ladder player or something like that.
I'll admit, Jay has not ploughed as much as I was hoping. But I have got a full tank of fuel.
I mean, you're welcome to get in and do it yourself.
No, that's all right. But if Shao and Esmir do a 2-man job, I assume there's one available and all that.
Yeah, we're on a field 12. She's just up this hill.
I love how muted the inside of these cars is. Like, way more than I feel perhaps they should be. Like, this is BMW levels of soundproofing here, not a 1978 V8 pickup. And they've got that thing that makes stuff automatically the right brightness, so that looks all right. Then when I cover up most of the game with a cold car, a dark car, suddenly the outside gets too bright. Why heading towards you guys in the green circle in the top right? Oh no, that's just an offload thing.
No. I'm at field 12.
The engine audio is terrible in this, isn't it? Oopsie, I've just driven into a gymkhana. I did like to say a good thing, yes, it says owning a horse is an excellent decision for anyone who feels that they want their bicycle to make bad decisions on its own. Having owned a horse, that seems about right. Actually, it was a pony, technically. So, right, there's field 11, there's field 8. I have questions on the order of this then. Left trigger plus. What field did you say, sorry?
We're at field 12.
Okay, I'm coming to watch. Just seems like pure luxury, the sheer... Whoop! Oh, what happens to you roll? Why am I looking at the back seats of my own car? Hey, I'm back in my wheels.
You rolled it, didn't you?
No.
Yes.
If I put it back on its wheels again. Oh! Wow, you guys are so professional looking. Jay's awful. Oh shit, he's still here.
Then someone is honking behind us. In a vanity horn. Too professional. Some more circus elements added.
Are you dissing my purple... I don't think there's a way to zoom the camera in and out of the pad. Oh, yeah, there is. Yes, it's the D-pad, that was it. I have to give the game some props, though. So they have decided to go with a realistic layout, which is actually not a good idea for performance. So what you want is some viz blockers here. And that has not helped their visual detail. I've also got the thing, as I said, I'm using up 7% my CPU, less than half my GPU. I'd like to turn the detail up, please.
There's a mod that lets you. But you really don't want to.
When the default answer is that there's a mod that lets that happen, then the base game might not be like...
They have a lot of stuff in this game that's just not enabled, and there's mods that just turn it on. It's just sometimes it's not the best idea. Like there's one that turns off depth of field. It makes everything look fucking awful.
Yeah, I can imagine, because I was looking at their far field going, yeah, that's because depth of field is a very cheap way of doing distant motion blur, distant anti-aliasing. Because Borderlands had it, you could turn it off, and it was nice and all, but it looked horrible. And I know some people get very upset about blur, but the point is, you're not supposed to look at the bits that are blurry. They're not there to be looked at.
Hello.
Hello. What's that? What are those numbers in that field?
I was going to join you, but apparently I need 62 downloads.
Sorry. Oh, is it the mod? We're running a mod.
Yeah, it says
It's 60.
JCB 435S. Click here.
Oh, Adam's turned them all on.
Click here.
What? Oh, I've turned one mod on.
Oh, which one did you turn on?
Which one?
No, you've got them all installed.
No, one.
Which one is it?
This
I
the
saw one that I needed to download.
Universal Passenger is the only one I've got.
Oh, you did turn that one off.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
only one. So I've got the Rottweiler DLC, whatever it's called, and the Universal Passenger, so anyone can get in my car. Oh, so I come and join with download the mod. It's literally like 60k. Esmia linked it in the chat, and that means I can come over and give you a lift,
You can also just search for it in the mod hub
or
from
just
the main menu.
just download it off Discord.
Oh,
It
okay.
seems easier.
It's not, because that's a different machine.
Oh,
For reasons. Mod browser sounds good though. Mods. Oh god, it's all icons.
don't worry, so
Search.
I understand that more
There's
than
a
anyone
search
else.
button. You just type it in.
Universal.
Universal.
Yeah, I understand more than anyone else. Some people going, I know that seems
Universal
easy, but
Passenger.
I'm typing that on a different computer because I need to be on to action the thing that you want me to do. But yeah, the pop-up in this game is
Added to the
horrendous.
downloads.
It's proper console levels of shit.
It says it was added to the download list.
Which means it's probably done by now because it's fucking tiny.
Alright.
But there are like 1 gig maps.
Ah, mods downloaded. Please restart. Yes. Wonder why it tried to. It sort of suggested I needed 44 of 62 downloads.
I don't know.
Weird.
The only thing I have enabled is the tree mod, which DLC, which I see if you don't own, you can watch, but you can't have a go in.
Okay. I was just playing Eurotrick Simulator, and which is fine, but it needs indicators. It's very weird pulling up to a junction and reaching for an indicator that isn't there.
Well, you can indicate in this game, so that's all good. Indicate right, indicate left, hazards, low beam, high beam. What's that button? Handbrake?
Please do not press this button again.
I'm trying to work out what that button is.
You do not have all the required mods installed. Halma Terra variant DLC.
Yeah, that's the logging one. You should already have that though. We had that on the first time we played.
Click here. Download zip. Where do I put this zip file? In the mods folder.
I don't know. Steam did it for me. So I've got low beam and full beam, and then I've also got brake lights, which I can see, but then headlights that don't light up anything in front. What's that supposed to be? Is they parking lights?
They are more like convoy lights, so that when you're in a field and you're in night vision, you don't blind the person that's in front of you.
Right, but the headlights don't look any dimmer. They just don't. They don't put anything down. Yeah, I guess convoy lights make sense, but it's just a bit strange that it does it like that. I know I would use hazards for that. God, I love deferred rendering. I'd stop my engine, but I don't know what the button is. Oh, I think I turned on auto start and stop.
Yeah, I love having to actually have to turn on or off a vehicle.
If there was a again, that seems weird not to have that as one of the things, because they obviously designed this control panel with this game in mind. Why not have a little twist key? Yeah, I mean, bloody hard driving had one of those. And it just
Can we disable turning
And my
vehicles
923
on off?
does have one of those, and it feels so nice to turn on the vehicle with that.
Yeah. So what was that, Shauka?
Didn't we guess last session turn off turning on vehicles?
Yeah, that's not the point. If I had a switch to do it manually, I would leave it on. If I had a little... And you had to hold it
There's
until
a
it
little
caught.
twisty thing on the wheel, isn't there?
Oh, there's a twisty thing, which is the... You've got a twisty thing for cruise control and the joystick twists, but I'd like a... I would like a key.
You could 3D print a key that slots over the top of this rotating collar thing on the steering wheel.
Why would I have the key on the steering wheel? There's actually a...
Because there's a rotating thing on the steering wheel.
what, the
That's
knob?
why. No, a little on this steering wheel. There's a rotating collar.
Oh, that. I'm
He's
using...
talking about the 923.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never used that. I literally haven't found a game where it's been of any use whatsoever.
Well, that's why I'm saying
And
3D print.
that's why I was saying I finally found one that does.
Yeah, you could use that as a key. But you want it spring-loaded, really, so it will go click and... Vroom.
But you could build that into your 3D printed thing. Hooks for a spring that wraps around the outside, and then it can twist back.
Or, and hear me out, I'd like to be just living in a different dimension where they designed this controller with a key.
Well, I mean, that's the universal answer to all problems, isn't it?
Is
You've
it-
got that. Or I'd quite like the button in Grid where when you screw up, you just press X and it rewinds.
Thank you. We when that first went in, it was almost entirely unused, and I had to fucking shout and scream about it, going, "We have finally invented a new and unique feature. This is the biggest game changer in this game. Is the rewinding
you
of
can
time."
learn to drive, learn to race with it.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, it's just a really..." I'm like, "This is a game changer. This is what you talk about in your promo." And the best bit was from that was on one of the Xbox dev forums. Someone said, "How do you play sound effects backwards?" And I just commented briefly saying, "You can't because."
You have to play that little, chop it up and play them in reverse order.
But you can't. I mean, fundamentally, psychoacoustic or compressed audio does not decompress in the other direction. It is not possible. And he goes, "Oh, I think you find it is possible." I said, "It is not possible." He goes, "Well, I think you find it is because Race Driver Grid did it." I just got to go, actually, I did that and it didn't. We just played lots of backwards sound effects forward, so it sounded like it was rewinding.
So basically, you went.
Yeah, pretty much. But you know that bit in Jurassic Park where Dr. Grant sort of does that smug little thing before he guts the kid with the Velociraptor talon?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically I got to pull that face and I was like, well, actually... here's Sai. Where are you, Sai? I'll come and get you. With your universal passenger, however that works.
Okay, joining.
Now we're all frozen as we're synchronizing the data.
I would get this
Ah,
on
yes.
PlayStation, but there's no crossplay. They said that they would like to do it in future, but it's too late to put it into Farming Sim 19.
It's the mod support that would kill it. Where are you, Sai?
I'm just coming in the game now.
Ah.
Well, what they were saying is that they'd kind of finished it by the time Sony and everyone decided that crossplay could be a thing after all. So it's a different world now. The devs are saying it's a different world for crossplay, and it's much more doable.
So we should expect to see it in 22.
Yeah, sounds like it. That seems to be what they're hinting at. Right. Okay, I'm standing at the entry point.
Where?
Oh, did I even?
Where's
Let me
that?
just try and join your game.
Use the map and click on something to teleport.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, come to the shop. Come to the shop.
Okay.
Or plus, press, yes, plus. Left or right on the D-pad.
If you come to the shop, I want to see if this. There you are. I want to see if this universal passenger mod works.
Ah, yes.
There you go, Sai. Get in. Getting
Right.
I can concur that the universal passenger mod does work.
I spoiled it now.
No,
How do I get in? I just did get
you push a button.
push a button.
If you press F1, it will show you the the control hints.
Yeah. Toggle flashlight, fasten tension belt, chat.
It should be something like Shift Y
Rain
or
is
left
incoming.
Control Y or something like that.
Oh no. Hurry, sorry, it's going to rain. That's duck.
Stop all the parades.
Well, how did I get in this one? Okay, I just went up to it and pressed E.
Come up to this one and press E.
Well, can I drive it? If you get out, let me drive it and see if you get in. You figure out how to be passenger, and then tell me.
I think left shift and I, or left control and I to passenger seat.
You figure it out and tell me.
Left control and I. Yeah, see, I'm.
That's crouching.
It's not, definitely not left control and I.
Or left shift, one of them I can't remember.
Just like bye.
No,
Me and
left,
Nesmo did work it out the other day.
left shift just makes me sidestep off in a very weird way. What the fuck's left shift do? What am I doing? What is my character doing?
Makes letters turn capital.
No, but left shift is sprinting to the right.
Oh, why is there no force feedback?
I have sympathy. Remember, I'm running on a bungee cord.
Try the passenger side.
I can't get into this at all now. Oh, yeah, I'm too close to going invisible. Let me just Google universal passenger. Blah, 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 blah.
Probably don't have it key bound.
Tab, it
It
says.
will be at the very bottom of the list.
And next passenger seat B. Next passenger. Enter exit passenger seat left shift colon or semicolon.
Left shift colon. Standard keys is enter, exit, left shift, and Z. Next vehicle, control tab. Next seat when available, N. So yeah, shift Z should be the default, according to the website for mods.
Let me bind it. Enter exit passenger seat. Oh, you can do an alternative. Press the key you want to use as enter exit passenger seat. Oh, I don't even know what that character is. Space save controls. Doesn't work.
But the mod's running then. Can I I can't check because I can't. Oh, maybe I can if I just go to the. Yeah, next passenger seat N. Next passenger vehicle control tab. So if you press control tab, what happens?
I crouch.
Great.
Let me get in the driver's seat and you try again.
Yeah, control tab just cycles through the other two vehicles. Oh no, I meant to.
Do you have to turn mods on once they're installed, or they're just on?
Well, it's in the list, so I'd assume it's working. What's...
The host has to be the one that turns it on
Well, where do I turn it on? But you said you used it.
when
in the
you
initial
first
game.
start it up. I mean,
No,
when you first load it in.
the only option I had was about the tree DLC.
It should have had the other one too.
No. But
Sometimes if you download the mods from the website, they're double packed in a zip. So they're zipped and
Oh.
then zipped again.
So if I
No, what it could have been is
okay, more
when you
okay,
first
so if I
fired it up,
more
it
importantly,
registered
if,
that the mod exists, and
if-
you have to restart the game, but it doesn't tell you that.
right, but if I close the server, we'll just come exactly where we're back in. You're not losing any progress.
That's correct.
Right,
Or you can
You
save
would
the
have
game
to you would
first.
have to completely exit out of the game
That's fine.
for it to start to load up the mod.
Are you exiting the game and loading the mod? You are.
I just assumed it was because I hadn't tried to get into anybody else's car.
Right.
Does that mean you can sit on people's laps, or is that a different mod entirely?
It depends on the vehicle, because there's one vehicle where the tractor cab is just way too small for more than one person.
Yeah.
So when you use the passenger seat, they're pretty much just kind of sitting right there with their legs almost crossed. It's like really looking uncomfortable.
Loading mod hub. ... How long does this take?
Exit back out and try it again.
Of course.
No, it's not.
Universal passengers. No, it says it's installed, but there's an update.
I think you need to update it.
Wait, there is an update?
Yep, pending.
1.1.0.1.
So it's on the mods DLC. I only have one thing on that list, you see.
Yeah, well, I added the two that you wanted, and
It says pending.
it let me in. It wouldn't let me in otherwise.
So I just restart at the basis it's done.
What version does it say you've got?
I just clicked exit.
So yeah, I've actually made a picture sign that field. It's quite difficult with the steering wheel when you're not used to it.
Mods. Show all mods.
It's here souring that field.
It says pending.
Said you made a pig zero of souring that field.
1.1.0.1.
Yeah, that's what it says for me as
But
well.
it says pending rather than installed.
What? Maybe just download it.
I am downloaded. That's why it says pending.
Did you break?
No,
it?
maybe just download it to the browser and put it in
No,
the mods.
that's what I've done. I will uninstall the
What
mod.
do you mean pending?
I don't know, pending, and
It's
I will,
tiny.
I will
It's
install
only
it.
installs.
Well, okay, but you can take that up with the game. Like, I don't know what you want to say.
Yeah, I would uninstall it and then reinstall it.
Oh, there you go. It either just crashed or restarted the game. Oh,
You have to go to the install.
it's okay. It's restarting it again. I like the way in this screen here that's obviously rendered in an external engine. They've got proper ambient global illumination.
I don't know what it is about this game. It's like oddly janky around the edges, like the walking, running animations. It looks like they're just unfinished.
I think the word you're looking for is hilarious.
Ah, there you go.
Like,
But it's not the walking simulator, so
No.
it's not like the core of the game.
It's more of a janking simulator.
have you played the walking simulator?
No. I have better things to do with my time.
Did you say a walking simulator?
Yes.
Is this like a type of game?
No, there's a game
Lots of
called The Walking Simulator. It's like The Walking Dead, only far, far less exciting.
It's not bad actually. The way that they put missions in it.
Is it on Steam?
I always tease Chris every time he's doing, when I'm like, oh, what walking simulator are you playing now? La 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 la, loading very slowly.
I'm going to get up and have a shuffle because I've got a numb bum.
There you go, you should all be able to join. And I will carry on. No, I won't have to be synchronising for the next minute. I kind of understand the synchronizing, but let me change the camera while this is happening. LT in 3.
Simulator free to play.
Synchronizing simulator.
So this field is going to be ready in about another minute for starting to plough it.
Harvest.
That's what I mean. God, Jay, they made a pig's ear of this. You should probably play this on a...
It even looked like one.
play it on a keyboard if you're going to be like this, man.
No, I usually use a game controller.
Yes.
Look, this is the
Oh,
first.
fucking hell. That's
Right.
6 hours I can't harvest.
This is the first time I've used the steering wheel.
Yeah, you have to be very heavy-handed with the steering wheel. If you're gentle with it, nothing happens. There's a lot of spinning.
Yeah. I'm more on. I'm still a bit scared that I'm going to break it as it's new.
Well, don't slam it to its limits, but what I do is, I mean, you've got the knob off, but what I do is I let go of it and let it mostly centre, then I stick my hand in the way of the knob.
Yeah, that's what I do, but I slow it down with my hand on the side of the wheel as it before it
Yeah,
does any damage.
but with the knob, you can spot where the top is quite quickly. Yay! Hold on, let me go to internal view. Hello there.
Don't touch me.
I don't have any choice, do I?
Well, she got a little passenger seat.
Yeah. You could sit on my lap if you like there.
Oh, that Cornish accent came out then.
There's Devonshire accent, that be. You fucking racist.
Wow.
No, you're completely wrong. That's Bristolian.
Just stick a carrot in your gob and shut up.
That's
Like
very...
Somerset.
No, Somerset's our proper north from where I am. I sound like a fucking northerner. So, Jay,
To be sure.
No. Jay, let me educate you on geography. Cornwall, Devon, then it goes the north.
Doesn't it go sitting on a single carriageway for 3 hours first?
No, that's
Well.
Cornwall to Devon. Now, to be fair, that's nearly all dual carriageway, all apart from about 4 miles, which backs up for
Wait.
about 40 miles in each direction.
Well, no, it's 4 miles behind a slow tractor.
Yeah, there's only a little bit, though, now of single carriageway.
Oh, really?
I think it might all be gone down the A30. The A30 was supposed to go from Penzance to London, and they started it in
Where's
1992.
the 303?
Well, that's part of the A30, or just off the A30.
Right.
You comfy? Are you on internal view?
No, I'm not actually. Can I change view? It's a camera jack.
Click the right stick.
Oh gosh, I'm very close to you.
I know. Hello.
See, you're stopping.
Just don't grab the wrong stick in that cat, will ya?
I don't have any legs. I think I'm fine. Oh,
Oh,
you.
I can steer. No, I'm just kidding. That would be funny if it was like the average of our steering wheel.
Oh god,
positions.
like hive mind. I keep on thinking about doing a network game like that. I didn't come up with a good game for it though.
Suspension of disbelief.
I need a name for that. That's not that. I'm tempted to use the adapter name. So adapter : Martian missions or something. I can't call it suspension of disbelief. No matter how good a name that is, it doesn't work.
Adapter : slot.
A Captain : what? Slop.
Sod. SOD. Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, but that's just calling it adapter sod, which I don't think is a good name either. It's weird, like, all of the very biggest and best games, all the AAA games, are always one word. You know, Halo, Journey, Untouchable, Mafia. It's the indie ones that are like hypergalactic ultra shooter in space with time travel.
Why not just call it Rover?
Because that sounds like a dog game. I do quite like it.
Your game still needs some hook that. I don't know, it needs a thing. Has it got a thing?
It's got a thing.
What's its thing?
It's got 3 things, in fact. 4 if you include it doesn't look like shit.
Is it going to be relaxed or sort of like racy type thing? Because
No,
you have
very snow runnery. But
timed missions.
you, oh yeah, but see, so next time that I've got a bunch of newbies in our SnowRunner game, we'll do the timed quest. You can do it in a few minutes, but those are hairy, scary minutes because you are going flat out in a fully laden truck, desperately trying to knock a few seconds off your time. But yeah, it's SnowRunner levels of speed. And one of the things I was going to do is at the beginning of a session, you decide how long you play for. So you're saying, I'm going to be doing 3 hours on this level, and therefore it will time stuff in, which I think will work quite well. I don't think that's been done. So your eventual score will be on a 3-hour session, or however long, as opposed to sort of SnowRunner's just unbelievable infinite progression, which I'd love to do, but I can't.
Does that mean that you will like make the missions last longer, or like add more missions to hit the target time?
Oh god, no! I've just come out of the vehicle. No. So what happens is it's more that if you're comparing your score or how good you're doing, you're comparing it against previous 3-hour sessions or 1-hour session, or however long. But it means that you have a fixed amount of time to do stuff in. So then you would pick and choose what you do within that time. Oh, let me turn the beacons on. This tractor is awfully quick.
Ooh. So if I push the red button, I get a blue button.
Is
And
the
if I
sower
twist
not
it, I can
on?
adjust the...
No, it's not. Jay, why wasn't the solar on? I wonder why it's going so quickly. Oh no! That's because I jumped out the vehicle. I said the tractor was going very fast. Very soon, though, we'll be able to do the next thing. But because we've got Sai now, so Sai should be able to do this while I harvest.
What is that weird creepy laugh?
I think that's Sai's rabbit. Or his wife.
It sounds like Chucky.
What was that noise, Sai? Is that
I
like
don't know, I've got headphones on.
it sounded like maybe like a sheep laughing? Something like that?
Oh yeah, I've got a laughing sheep in the room with me.
But something like a laughing sheep. Maybe you have a small electronic toy or a hilarious rabbit.
Or, I don't know.
Are you not worried that your house has been broken into by a midget clown?
Not really, no. I mean, I'll be fine with that anyway, because I'm not really scared of clowns.
A murderous midget clown, not just a midget clown who goes, haha, look, I'm in your house, but he immediately starts to stab you with his hilariously oversized knife.
That's alright, I mean, I've got headphones on, so
yeah,
I
couldn't
wouldn't
hear it.
know it's coming. Be over quickly.
Well, you say that, depends how big his knife is. There's only, hilariously oversized for the tiny midget man. You could still take a number of stabs to get through to the soft insides. If you look on the right hand side, it's nearly ready to start harvesting. Oh, we're going to wait for the rain to stop though. I don't like that mechanic at all.
I was sitting in the harvester waiting to harvest, but it is raining.
Then we should be able to afford another tractor after this, and that means we can harvest and suck up and plough all in one go. I'm sure these have got proper names, more technical names than I'm aware of. But while we're waiting, Sai, help me name my game. Not Sod.
I'll have a think about it.
It's currently called Martian Rover, which is not a bad name, but it's a bit serious. I'd love to call it Martian Runner, but I think I'd get told off. And or flamed.
Oh god, I was thinking that we had only 2 hours of brain left. No, we've got 4. Oh my god.
But 120 times though, so what's that? 2 minutes?
No, we're at 60 times.
Oh, what? Why 60? I said it was set to 120.
You might have hit the button that changes it. I don't know. Let me look at what that button is.
If there's a button to change it live, that button's going to get abused a lot.
Do we get late fees or do we just fail the mission?
I don't think there's any hurry, thankfully.
No, I've had some that have just been, I've had them for like a long fucking time. Because I was using, I had a mod on that let me use multiple contracts, so I was using the equipment from the first one to do the second one. It's buttons 8 and 7.
Okay, 120 times it is.
Oh look, the rain's gone.
I can see clearly now the rain has gone.
I thought this was Farm Sim, not karaoke night.
Shows what
Although
you know.
that could be quite a bit of fun.
People do karaoke on Twitch, don't they?
God. I mean, I'm sure they do.
Challenge side. Can we get Adam doing karaoke on stream?
No. Next question.
Well, everyone has their price, so how much?
£100 billion a song.
I knew you had a price.
What was that, Adam? You're going to do a 24-hour karaoke charity stream?
Yeah, at $100 billion a song. So I shall own most of the world by the end of that. So have you seen the...
That would just put you on the list at number 3.
Have you seen the EU ruling, by the way, that says that Apple's not allowed to tell people they can't... So Spotify wanted to basically upsell buying stuff off the Apple Store, and Apple went, no, you don't. And then Spotify have taken them to court, and Apple have quite rightly pointed out nowhere in the world lets you do this. You don't get to buy shop space in Asda and then advertise, hey, why not buy it from £2 less at Tesco? Like, it's bizarre that they're trying to make Apple do this, because it's...
What does Spotify want to do?
Spotify is... So let's say Spotify subscription is £10, and if you buy it on iOS, on iOS you can only buy it for iOS through the store, and that could then Apple take 30%. But they're saying to you, hey, why not buy it for £8 straight from Spotify and save £2? Because iOS don't get any of the money, and iOS are quite rightly,
Yeah.
fucking don't.
But it's always been there. It's like there's weird edge cases that make it seem awkward, like Netflix. You can't sign up for Netflix, so if you don't have a Netflix account, you install the Netflix app, and the only thing you can do is log in.
Yeah.
But the Netflix aren't allowed to put a button saying subscribe here.
Yeah.
They could put a button saying subscribe through Apple, through Apple Pay or whatever. And of course, they would then be giving 15% to Apple.
30.
And only for the first year. 70/30 is the first year only.
They've checked. No, the way it works now is it's 15% until you make your first million, and it's 30. Turn on. Where's the brake pedal?
But does the kickover apply retroactively?
I have no idea. Basically, Apple, and quite rightly, don't want you to use their platform to make no money for them. It's there for that. And I'm not going to defend Apple in any specific way, but if I have a platform and I use it and I make money from it, not making money from it is poor business practice.
Yeah, I don't agree with all these supposed lawsuits of trying to go after Apple to make them allow other stores on their platform.
Yeah.
Saying like, oh, it's a monopoly. It's like, well, it's not a monopoly. It's their platform. It's always it's like a software console.
Yeah.
It's not like a general purpose computer. iOS devices are effectively a console, and you can't set up your own store on on PlayStation 4s either.
No, can you imagine? Like, if this looks like it's going ahead, I guarantee you Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft will step in going, yeah, we're all against this as well. Because it's really bad. Valve, well, I mean, Valve was the exception on Steam, but...
Microsoft on Xbox, yeah. But Windows, for example, has a Microsoft store, but it's also a general-purpose computing power.
Right, but
Same
you
with
can
Mac
still
OS.
sideload easily. They don't restrict that.
Who don't? Sorry.
On what? Sorry, you can sideload on
Microsoft
what?
don't.
Yeah, but hang on, are you talking about Windows or Xbox? Because that's what
Windows.
making the distinction.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even sideloading. If you think it's funny calling it sideloading these days because Windows was always, if you own the computer,
use a
install
cab
what
file.
software you want to now.
Oh god, cab files, bloody hell.
Okay, maybe I'm.
Yeah,
Maybe
but,
I'm.
But you can also.
Maybe my knowledge is a little bit rusty.
I'm sure the principle still applies. But yeah, I mean...
Actually, Esme, what I'm saying is that's kind of like a modern way of thinking about it, because I see people on macOS forums talking about sideloading apps. They just mean running apps outside of the Mac App Store, which has always been possible. We didn't used to call it sideloading. It's just, on Windows, it's just running executables, installing software that you downloaded from the web.
Yeah.
But if you were to remove Microsoft's power to make money from their consoles via selling software, they will. I mean, this is my point. If Epic win and Spotify win, that means Apple will go, we're not selling phones anymore. Apple don't make their money from selling phones. They make their money through the store. Huge amounts of money through the store. And
it's like free money as well, because the margins are ginormous.
Yeah.
They don't specify the margins because it's practically infinite.
Yes. But apparently, so the Spotify trial is starting next week, I think, and they've got, I forgot his name there, not Tim Sweeney. Who are the two people at the top of Apple? Steve Jobs and Bill Gates.
Tim Cook.
Yeah, Tim Cook and... I saw it's someone Sweeney. It's not Tim Sweeney, he's Borderlands.
At the top of Apple?
Yeah, there's two people. Lots of people. Well, there's two big people in the trial.
Is it head of the App Store?
I can't remember. Have I seen Gina Airhern's new shaft? Is this a sex thing? Or... I don't know who that is. I don't know why she has a shaft. I don't know about her old shaft. And I don't even know... Or are you talking about some sort of hardware or vehicle in this game, which is equally possible?
Is it Eddie Q?
Is it what?
Is it Eddie Q? He's the Senior Vice President, Internet Software and Services.
No. Can't remember now.
Greg Joswiak?
No, it wasn't Wozniak, 'cause that name I do know.
No, not Wozniak.
Oh.
Greg.
Greg. You having a stroke?
What's his name?
No, I can't
His name
remember.
is Joz.
No, I'm sure it was Tim Sweeney, but that's... Oh, maybe Tim Sweeney is actually being called, because he is the Epic guy,
Jeff
isn't he?
Williams?
No, I think it might actually be Tim Sweeney, now I'm thinking about it.
Oh. This is two people on opposing sides of the...
I guess Spotify are calling them up. But yeah, it's interesting. But unfortunately, I'm worried it's going to win because it would be disastrous. I rely to a great degree on the garden walled nature of consoles and hardware. Because I was chatting with one of the guys who's doing the Fortress Craft stuff, and then he's like, you can on PC you can trivially really fuck things up. It's easy to inject code. Because on the Xbox it's incredibly hard. And
That's why I got my iPhone, because it's this thing that I use all day, every day. I want it to be sandboxed and secure, and software to have to require permissions to do things. And
Yeah, that's why I really loved Windows Phone.
Note that we have to do sunflowers. Those are gorgeous.
what was the security model like on Windows Phone?
Fucking incredible.
What was it? Was it like fully sandboxed?
It was quite locked down, I believe.
It was very locked down. But I mean, they didn't exactly go in and say they didn't try to be they didn't try to restrict the type of content. They just restricted whether or not if it was malicious or not. So they didn't try to do any sort of moral authority on it, like Apple has been doing.
Well, they haven't actually. They just they do they will reject apps that are just low quality, like low quality fart apps, and you know they won't like approve an app that just turns on the flashlight and says it's a torch app these days. So they have standards. Curation is what they call it. But as long as your app doesn't sort of break any laws and it's does what it says it's supposed to do and it sticks to the store guidelines, it'll be approved.
Unless it turns the flashlight on.
You can turn the flashlight on. That just can't be the only thing. It has to have some kind of purpose, even if that's entertainment. And yeah, they get.
All the sunflowers died. Oh, that's horrible.
Still got the speed set to
No,
100.
that's the sunflowers turning into harvest state.
No, they're definitely dead. They're not ours,
No,
though.
You need to turn the
that's the
speed
harvest
down,
state.
Adam.
No, they're not ours. I don't care. I just noticed it.
No, I'm saying for our crops because they're. Oh no, it doesn't matter, does it? Because
No.
we've got withering turned off.
Yeah, it's their crops that are dying. The CPU's crops.
But they're not dying. That's their harvest state.
But they're dead.
No,
I
it's-
grew up in an
are the
area where
Lord.
sunflowers are native. That's their harvest state.
Oh, do you harvest them when they look dead? Because because
No.
obviously,
when they're
do dry
when they're
out.
all yellow and stuff is when they're flowering.
yeah,
And the harvest is the seeds,
Yeah,
which is well after the flowering.
yeah. My point was, I forgot that sunflowers are, for a moment, are something other than a pretty flower. That they actually produce something you eat. I forgot that.
Could you do me a favour and turn it to real time when it's daylight,
So you can
so
see.
that we don't have to keep fucking about the lights?
Wow, if only you could do that in real life, eh? Oh, sun's up, slow time down.
Yeah, but we've got time on like 120%, and we could have the field done in.
Hopefully,
like-
when it doesn't have rain on the next.
Oh man, see, I've caught you up now. I'm gonna have to slow down a bit.
Is Rance the animal dealer?
Ranch, yes. So, can you also think of any games? And I think the answer is no. Like with the two players on a network game having to synchronize positional movements, like you've got the harvester offloading into a vehicle. I can't think of any other game that does that. Like the equivalent of refueling in a airplane game in real time. No, you don't do it in SnowRunner.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Farming Simulator 17.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
Oh, explain the difference to me then.
Well, hold on, I'll show you. If you stay where you are,
Do you
I
mean
will.
as you're moving along?
How do I detach my
Number 2, I think.
fold sower? It was 2. Yeah.
I'm trying to understand the difference between like what we were doing in SnowRunner, where you're loading stuff into other people's vehicles.
Mostly as the fact there was another person was kind of irrelevant. Like you could have just done that while stopped. Go on, Jay, stick your pipe out.
Which button is that?
I don't know. Press button 21 till it happens.
Where are you going, Chalka?
Yeah. So no,
I need
this
to-
maneuver.
Offload this because it's almost full.
Take it to the. Let me see. It needs to be delivered
So you
to
mean
the
this thing?
ranch.
I don't
So
know.
where the flashing green
it's at
circle is on the
east.
map.
Oh.
I don't know if any game with this featuring. Not necessarily this, but imagine we were in flight refueling.
Well, in a way, in squadrons, you do it to a hostile target. In a way.
So hostile target.
What?
What,
Yeah,
you
like-
fill them with sunflower seeds?
No, you'll fill them up with laser views.
Not really. I mean, don't forget, my point is that Jay and I are having to synchronize to do this, like on purpose. I don't know of another game where you have trying to
Or what
sync-
about all the games where you have to get in like a personnel carrier and one of you, or like Battlefield, where you get in that you mustn't drive off before all your teammates have got into your vehicle,
Yeah, a little
or
bit.
tribes, or else.
In a football game, you want to progress
Well.
at the same rate that the ball is going forward.
Nah,
What
not...
about Valheim? Doesn't someone make the ship go? Or raft?
Yeah, but we just
You have
hold
to
on.
get back on the raft.
Yeah, but we just hit stay. I'm more thinking about the equivalent of in-flight refueling. Like, there's nothing in any spaceship game that I know of that's got that.
You both have to speed up and slow down and try and stay
Yeah,
roughly.
like this. Well, I don't know why Jay's doing 5 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure that thing does 6, but I'm not going to judge.
But then
my
again,
my
you know,
foot
like,
is flat on the floor.
passing the ball between two players in Rocket League requires you to synchronise to
Yeah.
a degree as well. And
But
that has to be
I'm-
very closely.
Oh, that's why I have mine set to miles per hour. Because because KPH, your
Does it go
cruise
in?
control,
Goes in odd numbers.
right? They don't match up very well at all.
Yeah. Oh, hey, JK. Yes, you're quite right. The formation driving for GTA. In the motorbike
Oh,
gangs, there is
that's
that, yeah.
right. Yeah.
I
That's
tell you what else
autopilot.
does formation driving.
What has, sorry?
Formation driving, Crew 2. You get there's a point system for teaming up and driving in formations.
I just feel it's quite an underused thing, like having to maintain a formation. And I'm struggling to think of very many games that have it.
Need to go over to your left slightly, old boy.
It's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, stop turning around at the end, come back, just learn to reverse with a trailer.
Exactly.
And it'd be like docking in a small spaceship that's being with a big spaceship that are both being controlled by a human. That can actually be rather fun. Yeah, but not that. Imagine more like
I love that bit in
like
Elite.
like Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, multiplayer Gellerball where you try to do a rendezvous and dock. That would be a nightmare, but
Yeah.
also fun.
I have done that, and it is a nightmare. And I had someone who knew what they're doing in Kerbal trying to show me how to do it, and he spent about 2 hours failing.
Tried to do that in Space Engineers once. Oh my god.
But was one target passive?
Oh, well, they weren't moving. They weren't trying to dodge being docked with. Sorry, I'm trying to change how fast time goes.
I mean, when you play co-op Portal 2, for example, you have to coordinate your actions quite carefully as well. Or It Takes Two, there's a very good recent one. Do things like this. There's one where you're one of you's on a unicycle and the other person's on on their shoulders.
I think I'm more thinking of it in terms of matching velocity than
Well,
timing.
the example I just gave you, you're one person's on a unicycle going over a tightrope and the other person's on their shoulders, and you both have to speed up and slow down, leaning forwards and backwards to make it over the tightrope.
Yeah, that game has sold over $1 million. They've made a big thing about people do want co-op games, and it's like no one.
Have you played it yet?
I haven't because it's not free.
Yes, it is.
Oh well, then.
The first chapter is free.
Oh, then no. I did
Yeah.
play Tangled or Untangled, or what it was called.
Unraveled.
Unraveled. That's the one.
I think everyone should get the free demo trial thing of It Takes Two and find a friend and play the first half an hour or so for free, because it is super polished,
My problem.
extremely well done.
My problem with almost every indie platformer is they all fall in the same thing, which is we're going to introduce a new mechanic now. Cool. Now here's a puzzle with a new mechanic. Fine. Here's mechanic 2. Fine. Here's puzzle 2. Fine. And then you learn all the puzzles. Then it's just a question of which mechanic and which puzzle is this. And you're like, oh, it's the stand on the blue buttons. Oh, it's the you got to use the laser gem one. And Unravel was like
The
that.
level design is done never deep.
Yeah, after an hour or so, I was just solving the same puzzle over and over again, just slightly dressed up. And Lovers in the Dangerous Space Time, same thing. Pixel Junk Shooter, same thing as well.
In It Takes Two, yeah, you get a new sort of mechanic every so often, and new types of puzzle, but then it moves on to something else. So it keeps it doesn't try to be clever and go back to the thing. So you have to go like you were just describing, where you go, oh, how do we combine these two now? You just use what you've been given for that section.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
So-
suffered somewhat in Portal Reloaded. in that it reintroduced the old mechanics, and then it was supposed to be a new thing. When the cross section of the new mechanic versus the old mechanics was like kinda set straightforward.
And a game that absolutely takes that to the limit is The Witness, because every time you come across a new section of puzzles, you have to figure out the new mechanic, and then it just builds and builds and builds, and towards the end of the game, you've got layers upon layers of rules that you could not possibly play the later puzzles in The Witness without having played the rest of the game first.
What was
But
the
that's
PlayStation
what's
2
good
game
about
we played, Si? It was 2-player only,
Curry mix.
split down the middle.
Curry mix.
Curry mix.
To the left.
I don't know whether it's for other platforms, but on the Switch there was a 4-player co-op game, I think called Death Squared.
Oh,
It's just
I know, I think it's on Steam.
What was that one I was recommending recently? Tally Ho or Ho or something? Where you have to, you each have a left arm and a right arm. You're just like bodies with arms, and you have to work together to swing across the map. It's absolutely superb. But it's local co-op only.
Octodad, if you've got Octodad supports up to 4 players, which is it just doesn't work in the most hilarious and brilliant way. Does it not work? So highly recommended.
Yeah. I mentioned it, and you said that you'd have trouble streaming it because you'd be playing it with. It works really well with Steam Play Together.
Yeah, I don't have enough bandwidth to stream and
Stream.
Yeah. Stupid physics.
But maybe if you were the client there, you could.
Then I'm watching a very low quality stream, so what I would be duplicating up to YouTube would be a shitty quality stream.
What low quality stream are you watching?
So if you were streaming to me, you'd be streaming to me at about 5 megabit. I'd then be re-encoding that and uploading to the internet at 6 kilobit. Your encoding is it's definitely not going to be the same quality of my encoding. So I'm using 73% of an 8700K to encode this stream. So that's all of an entire computer CPU just to encode this stream. And you, as the player, as the host on Steam, you need to render the game, using up a lot of CPU time, and then encode the video. It's still not going to look good. And the way we would have to do it would be me to host it locally, and then we would have to pre-record the stream. That would be, or wait till I get better internet.
Oh right, what's your internet?
20 megabit up. So, realistically, 15. In the real world.
Slightly.
And that leaves six megabits for the actual stream, and that gives what 3 to each of you guys playing it.
I can tell you that just playing the game in that way works really well, and the quality's fine, and the latency's fine.
Yeah, it's fine if you're streaming to one person, but you're streaming to 3. That's a big ask of your internet, especially if you've only got 20 megabits up.
It is streaming to 3. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You have 4 players, and it's fine.
It's not, though.
It is. I played the whole game like that, and it was absolutely fine.
Yeah, this is why I don't let up on Schalke when he's linking the wonderful edits of Wreckfest, because to my eye, they're not good enough quality, not by a country mile, no pun intended. And that's why I was explaining about 2-pass encoding, 1-pass encoding, and 2 formats. So I mean, I've done my absolute best to try and get the quality of the stream as good as I can. I think I've done a reasonably good job. I've done as good as I can do without buying dedicated encoding hardware. But what you're talking about is a software encoder that has to be tuned so low as to not impact your gameplay. It has no look ahead or 2-pass because it's real time, and you need to squeeze it into a 20 megabit internet connection. It's
Yeah, but the particular game I'm talking about is just very bold, flat 2D graphics. It compresses quite nicely. It's not like looking at seeds on a farm field or mud in SnowRunner.
Yeah. Which game was this? I think forgot. It wasn't It Takes Two. It was.
What the 4-player one I was talking about?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember the name of it. Is it Tally Ho or Ho Ho Ho? Or something?
Possibly
I'll look
Tally Ho. It should be called Ho 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 because it's 4-player. I do have Unrailed, and we've just not got around to playing that one yet. So that's the same thing.
Unrailed?
Yeah.
It's awful.
Oh. Well,
that's my review.
the internet definitely disagrees with you. The amount of YouTubers playing it is huge.
It could be good for your channel, but I didn't find it that enjoyable.
I like the concept. I'm not sure I like the execution. I definitely don't like the graphics style. Fun fact, though, it's written in XNA, of all things. Which is bizarre to write a modern game in XNA.
I guess it's what you know.
Yeah, if that's all you know, learn something new. To be fair, Factorio is written in the most ancient rendering engine. It's written in Allegro. So Allegro was stopped development in, what was it, 2000, something like that? So I worked with Sean Hargreaves, who's the guy who wrote Allegro, and he was, boggled when a game came out. A very successful game, incredibly successful game, running on Allegro, written in C. It's a very odd state of affairs. Good God, it's late. Well,
But I am having fun.
oh good. I don't know if I'm having fun. I say this game feels a bit like Solitaire or a jigsaw puzzle or something. It's not challenging. It's like washing a car. It's just difficult enough to engage your brain, and just easy enough so you don't have to worry about anything. You're just doing that. You can't think about anything because it's just challenging enough, at least for me.
You can't think about anything whilst washing a car.
No, I'm thinking about washing the car. But it's easy enough so it's not difficult for me to wash a car. You'll understand when you get a proper car, Si.
Maybe at some point I will get to the quality thing, but I'm more being able to do the videos.
Of the
Breakfast.
Oh yeah, I say it's difficult. Recording video is a very difficult thing to do, and I'm really surprised that, given the enormous amount of people wanting to do videos and stream it, it hasn't become a lot better. So I have a hardware capture card, but I do not have a hardware encoding card because they're like 400 quid a go, and I really can't justify it. So I've got a 4K and a 1080p capture card, and they're not too bad. But I'm genuinely, there is a PC 4 or 5 feet from me running flat out. And it's 60% CPU right now, encoding this at 65%. So you couldn't do this on your computer in real time because you couldn't play the game. Like, it's genuinely most of my CPU gone into this. But because I'm using a hardware capture card, I'm not having to copy the frame back from the GPU, which also takes it. NVEnc and what's the ATI one called? Yes, QuickSync. QuickSync's bloody better than NVEnc, which is awful. But apparently the ATI one is just an embarrassment.
You don't get it on some Intel chips, do you? I think some Xeons don't have it.
Probably not. No. What's the ATI one called?
Don't know.
Can't remember. But apparently, and I've not used it, I have seen comparison setups, and apparently it's just awful. And ATI obviously slaps it out because NVIDIA had it, but it's just dire. And QuickSync is the best, which is a little bit surprising, but doesn't scale very high. And NVEnc is just awful. All of these just essentially fall to the wayside because you really, really have to do it on the CPU. Because they're crap. They're tuned for high latency or low latency, not for good quality video. And there's no way just to say throw 50% of my CPU at it. You've got a couple of profiles and that's it. They're for people who just want to press a key and just say, look, I've recorded the last 30 seconds of my clip. They're not.
But QuickSync isn't just for low latency real time streaming. You can use it to transcode files.
But that's not much use when what I want to do is low latency real time streaming. My point is,
Okay, yeah.
when you're doing
Soybeans have arrived.
low latency real-time streaming, your choices are QuickSync, NVENC, ATI, or H.264, and essentially H.264 is heads and shoulders above the rest. There's no decision to be made. You do it that way, or it looks shit. Because when you lent me the Rocket League official stream, I looked at it and went, this is horrible. They haven't invested in a proper capture rig at all. And it really surprised me, given that they've got almost unlimited money.
Why is it not H.265 anyway?
H.265, I think, is 2-pass only.
I mean, like, Parsec can use H.265.
I don't know is the short answer. I know H.265, it works by working out that it's a face with a blurry background, therefore we don't need to spend much bandwidth on the blurry background. It's a more advanced codec, but it does seem to be less widely supported. And I know we've got a new codec that...
It was when it was new, yeah.
No, we've got a new codec that NVIDIA supports in the 3 series cards. I want to say VP9, it's not VP9. And it's like, okay, but no one encodes in it. Esmir, I'd say what we should probably do is just finish off this field and go to bed, given it's coming to half midnight. And the next time, we will definitely have enough money to buy more vehicles.
Good point. Yeah.
But now, in fact, if we had the tractor, look, the beginning of the field is done, is ready for more harvesting. Oops. It's fine. Jay, you've missed a bit.
Before the
No,
farming,
I
I got
the
the
last part.
new video rendered, and now it would be ready to show off.
Oh, is this the higher bit rate?
I haven't looked into that much. The base material should be enough, but
Now, I mean, you're now recording the Wreckfest stuff at 24 megabit, I think it was.
yeah.
I mean, if you've got the hard drive space to spare, just crank that up to 100 megabit. Your limit is the bigger the bit rate, the less compression you have to do, because it just fits into the compression. You just chew up an awful lot of hard drive space for each one. But yeah, if you've got another one, I'm good. I watched. I think they're great. I think you've done a great job on them. It's just I want you to show it off in the best possible way you can. So if you watch, for example, Fail Race, look at the quality of their videos. They are beautiful because they're doing it properly, like genuinely, expensively properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, next time on this, get this one, which is next Saturday, we should have Friday. Sorry, we should have more tractors because we're still struggling a little bit with enough vehicles. But we have made enough money, so we could buy another one of these purple tractors. We get it in orange, maybe. That means there should be more than enough for everyone to do.
It's called Heave Ho, that was the name of the game.
Heave ho, that does sound familiar.
It's really funny.
If you, I don't know if you have played it with your family at all, but I also highly recommend Moving Out. Absolutely brilliant. It's like Overcooked, but with physics and your movers. So you're taking stuff out of houses. But like couches have to be grabbed at each end by 2 players simultaneously, and then they have to swing in synchronization and chuck it. It's absolutely hilarious. Really, really funny.
Why didn't you mention that? I remember the
Should we
game.
take this canola and sell it?
Why didn't I mention it? Because it
Sounds
suffers.
like an example of games you've tried. That looks quite nice.
It's great. It suffers from the issue of we couldn't stream it because I'd need to stream 3 streams locally and not enough internet and blah blah blah. I played it on my Xbox loads though. It's absolutely brilliant. Really genuinely good. Got the DLC for it called Moving In, where you have to move in.
You coming for a drive, Esma?
I'll probably start the harvester on what's already ready to harvest.
Yeah, I'll just do these last 3 or 4 strips and I shall go to bed.
Oh, cool. It's on Steam and PlayStation and this demo, so I'll get the demo
Yeah,
of that.
it's on Game Pass. Didn't pay for it.
I'm not get in the demo.
Yep. Don't you have Game Pass?
Sometimes, but
Ah.
since I don't have a Windows PC or an Xbox, I only get that when there's a game that I really want to play.
I had to laugh. Game Pass popped up the message because we've now got high quality Xtreme on Windows. It's finally arrived, and it popped up a thing on my PC saying, "Hey, yeah, more or less, why not stream games to your PC instead of running them locally?" And it's like, because I'm on a 3080. Why not do a quick check to my GPU and only recommend it to people who are at the lower end of the gaming spectrum?
Well, GeForce Now are starting to introduce some stuff to try and give themselves a bit more of a reason for streaming. Like, they're working with the platforms like Steam and Epic to do some pre-logging in and some preloading. So, for example, by linking your... they're doing it with Fortnite initially, so by linking your account to your GeForce Now account, you can click on the icon for Fortnite and it will effectively give you a rig instantly that's logged in as you and preloaded, so you're straight in without logging in and loading the game.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. I mean, that's a reason to stream instead of running it locally.
Yeah, no, and if we got to the point, I mean, it won't be that long, I don't think, where we've got good internet, and if I was traveling more, I would absolutely use something like GeForce Now, or because Steam can do it. I've never bothered. Yeah, I absolutely
I've used
would.
it in hotels and stuff, and on holiday I would take a can stream to that, but it's there's always going to be a reason for wanting to not stream, isn't there? Especially for twitchy games.
Yeah, I don't play very many twitchy games though, so I mean, think about the only game that we play that might on the other hand, Barrow Trauma would work perfectly. This would work perfectly. SnowRunner, perfectly. Open House Tycoon, perfectly. The only one that isn't
if you were streaming...
is Wreckfest.
All I was going to say, if you were streaming SnowRunner, I'm not sure you'd have rescued that thing yesterday where you rolled down a hill backwards and just managed to catch yourself. Clip where I saw you do it and laughed.
I thank you, sir. I genuinely appreciate and I will accept your praise and compliment that you think I had anything to do with landing on my wheels.
Even if it was just instinctively knowing to let go of the wheel at the right moment.
Not sure I was involved, but yes. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, there are some things, but I mean, on the flip side, I feel there is scope for writing games with that in mind. I mean, something we mentioned before. So once you're in the data center, you're on a LAN. You're on 100 gigabit LAN, probably, possibly a terabit LAN. You know, you are on real high speed interconnection. So why not do a battle royale game that's 1,000 players? So that's what Stadia should do, 1,000 player battle royale, because you can't do it any other way. Or 10,000 player battle royale. You have scope for games that cannot be done except like that. And that's what you want to be doing, rather than, hey, we ported a game that you've already played somewhere else. Yeah, Sea of Thieves with 1,000 players in an ocean or something. It's surprising Google haven't embraced what you can do that no one else can do. That's what I would have done.
Do projector games?
Well, yes, or projector games. I've thought about it. I mean, I've applied to be a Stadia dev. I'm just somewhere in the list. They just have never bothered to get back to me. Even though they're like, what games have you done that were big? And I'm like, Fortress Craft and Amputee, both enormous sellers, but they just never got back to me. So I don't know what they want. Anyway, I shall just park up now and stop. So thank you all for the farming. So we've now got enough money. We can now buy another track at the beginning of the next stream. And that means we have a plower and a trailer and a harvester. That means we can actually make a lot more money. LT and 1. Oh, no, that's the wrong button. I tried to do like a hard lock and ended up pressing the D-pad left to teleport to another vehicle. That's as exciting as this game gets. But yeah, tomorrow more silly SnowRunner, and then on Sunday some much more exciting Rackfest, which I hope we shall get even more people in. More the merrier.
More the messier.
All right.
And if you have been following us, don't forget to watch Schalke's videos, because that's what I'm going to go and do.
I was going to say.
Oh, Tad has just lagged off into the...
Oh, this is when we had Tad, so still a couple of weeks ago.
Guys, there's a call.
But yeah, I mean, you can see there. I mean, I just paused a random frame. You can see that the macro blocking is awful. So that's because this is, I guess, with a lower bit rate. But I mean, you can see there that's barely readable text, and this is just a complete mess. Now, I might stream at about this quality, but that's because I don't have the opportunity to capture a high quality, edit, and then re-encode later on. But that's the difference between hardware encoding and tuning your bitrate and all that crap, and not. Good videos still. I thoroughly enjoyed them. So I'm going to go to bed and watch this video. Thank you all for joining me, and we will do some more driving around slowly in big vehicles tomorrow. Bear in mind, we currently don't have a game for Tuesday. I think we're done on Terraria, so if we can think of a game that begins with T, that'd be brilliant. As ever, let's...
Tree making simulator.
Well, I've already done that, and it's called Amputee. Interesting idea. Anyway, guys, we'll see you